You break the illusion when you open your mouth. Just don't do it. Don't do it.
Welcome everybody to Doom Clock. This is our second hunt of the show, and if our outfits and the title of the show did not give it away, we are going back to the 80s tonight. So why don't we go ahead and, since it's only the second stream slash episode 3 of the podcast, why don't we go ahead and go around the table and just introduce our characters once again. So we'll start with you, Jeremy, and I still haven't fixed your name on the overlay. So instead of an @ sign, you've got 2 T's. So I apologize for that.
Hi, I'm Jeremy, and I'll be playing Theodore Copper. And if you missed the first episode, he's a swell fella with all his power in the brains area, and not so much in the courage or brawn side of things. And Theodore is a scholar, and my background is scientist.
Scientist scholar. Okay. And we'll go over to Corsair.
Hey everybody, I'm Ernest, also known as Hollow Invective. I am playing Corsair Jones. Corsair, if you haven't been around, is a sort of gruff African American man. He is from round about the 50s, and I actually have a hybrid background. I have the sheriff experiment due to some unfortunate experimentation that happened around the time he lived. He is a maverick and a survivor.
And then we will drop down right below Ernest and go to Gwyn.
Hi, I'm Danny, and I'm playing Gwyn Vandermeer. Gwyn is an influencer. She got picked up in 2018, so she's a little bit more modern than some of our other friends here. She's very used to dealing with crowds and talking to people. She is the socialite archetype, and her background is the lawyer.
And last but certainly not least, we have got Pappy.
Yeah, I'm Pappy. I'm just lucky to be here. I'm I'm a drifter and I'm a fool.
That was a very funny pun there, Joe. Lucky to be here. And guess what? Guess where we're going to be starting, everybody? No surprise, we are going to be starting in IBM's headquarters in the year 2101, as we most likely will every single hunt. It has been 3 weeks since your last hunt, where you successfully saved Stephen Lancaster, who was the one that drafted up the Magna Carta in the year 1215. And in those 3 weeks, it's been pretty quiet. There hasn't been any other blips popping up on the timeline. That is until possibly in a moment here. But at this moment, we'll say it's like mid-morning. Where is everybody? Who wants to kick things off?
I guess Pappy will be... Oh, go ahead, Gwen.
Okay. Gwyn is probably hanging out with Caleb again, because that's what we do. And we're actually hanging out in Gwyn's room. I am working on some ideas for future posts. I'm trying to get things in line because, sometimes we get called away and I don't want to miss my scheduling because that just throws everything off. But, we're taking some pictures, we're editing some stuff, and just generally going through stuff on my phone and messing around with it.
Okay. Pappy, where were you at?
Pappy is in the arcade, racking up the new high score on the new pinball machine.
Yeah, that thing's going to be wrecked after Pappy gets his hands on it. That score, no one's going to be topping that.
Damn, Pappy, you some kind of wizard or something? Like a pinball wizard, huh?
I just, the balls go in the holes and then they come out and I hit them back, and it's kind of fun to watch them go around, and I don't know what I'm doing. It keeps saying tilt for some reason. What's that mean?
Hell if I know. I don't play pinball.
You've never played pinball?
No.
Here, you try. You just push these buttons on the side. Rapidly.
How's it going
Mm.
for old Corsair?
I don't know. I mean, he's got quick hands. He's not. He's got quick hands and a quick eye. He just doesn't really have Pappy's just sheer luck in life.
Right. Okay, so while Pappy and Corsair are playing pinball, Pappy's trying to teach some pinball. Where is Theodore at?
So, like always, Theodore is probably in the super cold computer room. He was trying to do a little bit of research for possible time periods that the company said we might be investigating soon. And then he learned about a thing called Space Invaders. And so that's been the last 3 days of his life.
3 days? Wait, has there been sleep?
There's been sleep, but he in the room. He's got a little cot that he's dragged in there, and he's pretty good at it now.
I would hope so.
And I would imagine he's dressed normal and not like this at this point in time.
Correct, because at that, while you're 2,000 points away from your high score on Space Invaders, and then the blue lights and that electrical hum goes throughout the HQ in everybody's rooms. The arcade, all the lights dim. Gwen, your room, your lights shut down, and then those kind of string light. They look like string lights. They're not legit string lights, but the thin line of blue lights go around your room, and you all know that only means one thing: there has been another murder on the timeline.
Time to go earn these paychecks.
Oh, but we're the pinball, and I'm gonna one last time.
And it'll go between these two metal blocks, and kind of get stuck for a second with its kinetic energy, and it's unable to break out, and it just keeps dinging back and forth, and it just racks up, and eventually all the numbers it maxes out, and it doesn't. It just says integer overflow.
Hey, Corsair, you did it, Corsair.
I think you did that, but come on, we gotta go get this paycheck.
Oh yeah, the thing with the lights. Yes.
Yeah, maybe no rats this time.
No rats. There's always
Rats. No rats. No wolves. Shit ain't right.
You'll just hear a loud, "God damn it!" from the back room, because when the lights start going off, they've rigged it to where it shuts the game down automatically.
I bet he dropped his pencil or something.
And he just comes walking out, and he's like, "Couldn't this have waited till tomorrow? I was so close."
Do you have were you on a date?
No, of course not. I wouldn't waste my time with such trite things. I almost beat my high score on Space Invaders. Pappy, I knocked yours out of the water last night.
You said Space Invaders? Is that the one with the snake that grows?
No, that's Snake.
Oh. Yeah, I haven't played. Oh, Space Invaders. Yeah, that.
Someone put your name on there. Now you're in third. I got the first 2 slots.
What? You're going
Hey.
down.
Hey, yeah, sorry, Theodore. We had to rig that up because we thought you were getting a little too invested in it. We thought you might be ignoring alarms if they went off, so we had to do a little engineering of our own to make sure that doesn't happen.
Hey, I was doing very important research. You never know when we're going to have an invasion event. I'll be the most prepared.
Yeah, if it's what is that invades in that game? Or they look like Tic Tacs, right?
They happen to be alien beings. You wouldn't know because you won't even come back in time with us.
Oh no, my contract doesn't allow it. I keep trying. They just won't let me. Saying something
I don't think you're trying very hard.
No.
You have a contract?
I mentioned it. I mentioned it once.
I
I tried to go back in time of day to see how it felt, but they wouldn't let me. They said it's something about too valuable. Anyway, hope you all brought your hairspray. We're going back to 1987.
Ooh.
So,
Good year.
yeah, it was a good year until now. There's been, let's just say you all are going to have to move real quick because there hasn't been one death. It's the first time ever we've seen 2 deaths.
Oh no.
And they were very quick. back to back. So whatever this thing is, it's moving pretty quickly. So we should probably go ahead and skedaddle, head over and get you all dressed up and outfitted out for the 80s. So just
Excellent.
after me. And he leads you all over to the white room that is just lines and walls and lines of these these mannequins are like popping out of the ground and just lines. All right, everybody, suit up. Any ideas of, hey, guess what, Pappy?
What?
You know what the 80s got?
Share.
Great music.
Yes.
See, we're on the same page, Gwen.
And then baseball bats.
Baseball bat.
That's right.
Louisville Slugger.
Yeah, you can
It's
grab the
mine.
baseball
Where's
bat
it?
this time.
Where's it at?
I mean, probably, I don't know, probably down the wood aisle.
Oh. Okay. I'm just gonna pick an aisle and go down.
Let's see here.
Just happens to be the wood aisle.
This paisley shirt. That seems all right.
Yeah, so this one's gonna be a little bit different. I wanna kind of hear not only like what kind of weapons everybody's choosing on this one, but also what kind of outfit everybody is slapping on so that they can blend in.
Well, wait a minute. Who died here? You need to give us more information so we can be adequately prepared.
Okay, yeah, fair point, Theodore.
Now,
And where are we going? The year is one thing, but where in the world are we going?
I kind of jumped the gun. I think I got a little bit too excited when I mentioned that the 80s, but yeah. So it has been two students at MIT. It's in Cambridge, Massachusetts. They were killed. One was in a shopping mall. One was in a frat house. So we're gonna be sending you guys back, kind of smack dab at the middle of the two places, and just hope everything works out.
And what's the date?
It's the year or the date.
The date.
Oh, that's gonna be that's good old Halloween. Nothing bad ever happens on Halloween, so we're in luck there, right?
Right.
MIT's been around a long time. Probably still full of assholes.
I mean, you're not wrong.
What's MIT stand for?
Massachusetts Institute of Technology. Yeah, they had a lot of problems with them. Just not accepting a lot of us.
Oh, well, I got the solution for that.
Yeah. I like that.
I mean, by the 21st century, they start a little bit more. I mean, they're still kind of assholes, but they're trying. Some of them are trying.
I mean, some of them even look like Theodore.
Hey, I'll choose to take that as a compliment.
You take whatever you need.
Pappy, you probably shouldn't bring two baseball bats, Pappy.
One for each hand? It's called dual wielding.
I think you lose a lot of momentum if you don't have them in one and two hands. It's about the grit.
But this looks like I'm playing baseball.
It's a good cover.
This
you're
looks like I'm solving problems.
Okay, Pappy, you do you, Pappy.
All right.
Let's see here. I'm thinking about a paisley shirt. Theodore's getting the lowdown. I'm thinking about this paisley shirt here. Maybe a straw hat and some linen pants. That sounds right. That sounds good. That looks good.
That looks very good, Corsair.
I'm gonna say Caleb looks exactly like I do right now. He's got an MTV vintage T-shirt, a long black rocker wig, and some aviators.
Well, I've been doing extensive research, and I came across a young gentleman by the name of Brett Michaels. And I believe that I'm going to dress up like him. He seemed to blend in just fine.
I never trust anybody with two first names, but all right.
So I'm going to be wearing a cut-off T-shirt that has been hand-ripped. I'm going to be wearing a bandana and a long-haired wig, since Theodore does not have long, big hair like that. And then I'm also wearing a silver earring, only in my left ear.
Okay. Hey, Jeremy, how's that hanging on your real ear in real
I
life?
only have one ear pierced.
You really do have that ear pierced.
I do.
Gotcha. Did
And in
not
high school,
know
it
that.
was gauged to a 00.
Who? Okay, raise your hand if you here would have ever guessed that Jeremy had his real life ear pierced. Nobody. I've known you for almost 2 years. Okay, what's Pappy wearing?
Pappy is not changing. This is 80s, right?
That is pretty
Actually, not
80s.
too far off.
I've
You've
seen
got the tie
Miami
with the
Vice.
stripes.
I know they wear stuff like this. I'm good.
It works.
Oh,
it works.
I'll hike up my there,
Oh, they no.
and then I'll
Oh,
take my socks off,
Yes, and wear loafers. It'll be
and
perfect.
there I'm good. I'm
it
good
was
to go.
70s until you did that. Now you have made it to the Wonder Years.
Oh, Theodore looks like you skinned a hippie. Now you're wearing.
What is Gwen wearing?
Well, Gwyn is going to model herself off of one of her favorite pop princesses of the time. She is going to look kind of like a Tiffany. She's going to have an off-the-shoulder shirt, definitely a jean jacket with the collar popped. She's got the gloves, got the big hair because that's what you do, and suspenders. Got to have the suspenders. It's important.
And we're going for breakfast at your place, right?
No, that's a different Tiffany.
What is everybody
Really hungry.
going to? I'm hungry. What is everybody going to be gearing up with, weapon wise? I think the only kind of armor we could maybe get away with, like, if you guys wanted to wear, like, grab a Kevlar vest. That could, I think that'd really be the only kind of armor that would really kind of blend in. You know, something you could wear under whatever outfit you've got on. But if you,
You know what? Would you accept a leather jacket for stab wounds?
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
are you gonna wear it over or under your clothes?
Well, I mean, I'll just wear a leather jacket over my clothes. I'm
Yeah,
sure,
there you go.
Nice.
Yeah. And I'll have a leather jacket, you know, because I maybe somebody might stab me. I mean, it won't help if I get shot, but if I get shot, I've already lost. So
That's a good theory. Yeah.
What about for weapons, Corsair?
well, Corsair does not want to be caught with his pants down. I'm gonna grab a gun and then a really long gun.
Okay. All right. Gwen. What are we
Gwen
bringing?
is not going to worry about armor. It's just not her thing. It doesn't go with the outfits. Women's clothes are not meant to wear armor underneath, unfortunately. Wait
mean
till
all
we get
them
somewhere where I'm wearing a corset. I'll wear
I
a
mean,
Kevlar corset.
all these shoulder pads in these blazers ain't armor.
No, they're awfully squishy, actually.
Honestly,
But I'm going to grab that holy relic again because that seemed to work really well for me. And I found this really cool hidden blade that's just a hairpin. So I'm just going to tuck that right up in there. And I got to have a pistol. Got to have a gun. It's the 80s. It feels right.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Gun violence was at its peak, and
Yeah.
we will. What about Pappy or Theodore? Either you want to take it away? Well, I mean, I know at least 1/2 weapons that Pappy's bringing.
That's all I need,
Are
baby.
you really bringing 2?
I'm bringing 2 Louisville Sluggers.
2 bats.
Can I get a like leather katana pouch like Leonardo had so I can sheathe them? Because
Yeah.
Ninja Turtles are big in the 80s, so I can just run
Yeah.
around saying I'm Leonardo. He was blue.
You know, we have masks.
Sure.
We just call you Casey Jones.
You know what?
Yes.
Also, it is Halloween night, so I think no matter what
Oh,
you
that's
all
true.
bring is probably gonna be passable.
As far as armor goes, we exist in this place that is like outside of time, and we have access to like technology, right?
So you all exist in 2101. So
Yeah.
It's advanced.
Okay. So I was watching this movie in the rec room, right? And this guy named Iron Man had nanotech. We
Yeah.
have that yet?
We actually do not have
Oh, you guys need to
nanotech
get
yet.
on that.
Yeah.
That movie's
Yeah,
old
we're-
as shit.
I know, we're working on it. We really are. IMB is trying our damnedest to get ahead of the game on nanotech. It's supposed to be the next big wave of technology, and we're trying to be the forerunners.
Yeah, that's
So
that's what they said, in the movie time zone too.
Well, I guess we ain't never gotta go to the future then. We'd be screwed, right?
Yeah.
Oh
Probably.
yeah, if anything ever happens in the future, and we gotta send you all there. Yeah, shit's gonna get whack real fast.
I mean, it's the future. I'm definitely gonna. If somebody comes on correct, I'm gonna have to stab them. So, but they, yeah, but I won't have stabbed them yet, so it'll be fine, right?
Maybe everyone's made out of like jelly in the future, and stabbing won't do anything.
I'll bring some Kool-Aid. Just fill them full of Kool-Aid. Then.
That sounds pleasant.
I don't know. They might not be.
I'm having a bit of an existential crisis. I don't even know how any of this works. I'm just lucky to be here. I got my
Theodore-
Louisville Sluggers.
Hey,
Ooh.
Theodore, what you got there?
Well, I've decided. I think this here flare is going to come in handy. I went ahead and snagged this multi-tool as well as this Zippo lighter. I grabbed this small pocket knife and a taser. Oh, and then just in case Pappy changes his mind later, I grabbed some more of that rat poison too.
So I do believe it was in the last game too that Theodore had like a book bag of little things, right?
Yes,
Yes.
we had established that Theodore
Yeah.
generally carries.
The bag of
Basic-
extra
Yeah,
crap.
he brings the
yes.
bag of where we can like kind of play a little loosey goosey with what all he's got in his book bag. All right, well if you all are geared up, like I said, we gotta kind of move fast on this one, so we'll go ahead and let's head over to the war room. Everybody gather around. And
Caleb's coming too, right?
Yes, Caleb is coming, and Caleb looks just like me.
Can he bring a boombox? Just you never know when that's going to come in handy.
Yeah, I'm just picturing carrying a boombox around the whole time, but I guess I don't have to physically do it myself, so sure. We can make the pretend guy carry the boombox.
Oh, can Caleb get a brown trench coat, please?
What? Oh yeah,
Okay, Caleb throws on a brown.
that
trench
works
coat,
perfect
too.
for Halloween. Oh,
It does, yeah. So Benjamin leads you all into the war room, and you all can gather around the circle where it's got that kind of holographic map in the center of the globe. And he steps around behind that corner wall again. He says, all right, you all ready?
Oh,
Raring to go.
All right, 1, 2, 3, and you
Wait.
hear him slam down on the button. And again, you feel it doesn't really feel any better the third time around, where it feels like you have like your insides being pulled by a string as it goes on for a moment, and then 5 seconds, and then 20 seconds, and it again seems like it's taking way longer than it should before you all just slam into this pile and hay goes flying, and you all cannot see, and you get that same familiar itchy scratchiness of just erupting into a pile of hay and or straw, whatever it was in the last one. I forget already.
there's got to be a better place for us to land than this crap.
It could be worse. We could, land on a stone paved something.
Where is there even hay
Um,
in MIT?
I don't know.
Whatever.
I mean, it's Massachusetts.
Ugh.
wait, what?
Bunch of elves out here anyway, all in the trees.
Elves and trees.
It's just,
Thought you said the 80s.
yeah, I'm making a joke about the people in Massachusetts.
Hey, I'm from
Alright.
Massachusetts. I'm not from Massachusetts. I don't remember where I'm from.
Clearly nowhere important.
Nope. They picked me up in Florida.
Well, that explains so much, Pappy. So much.
I was wrestling gators, or at least they were teaching me how.
Why would you wrestle a gator on purpose?
I don't know. It was a tourist thing. I was just wandering around, and it said $5 will teach you how to wrestle a gator. And then my head was in the gator's mouth, and
Of
they were
course
like,
it
"Hey,
was.
come with us." And I'm like, "Okay."
That sounds like people ain't got shit else better to do. Wrestle a damn
That's
gator on
Florida
purpose.
for you.
Yeah.
So where are we at? Hay,
Yeah,
hay-
it again is like just pitch black everywhere, but you can scatter some of the hay around and look up, and you can see that it looks like you are inside of some kind of some kind of stables again. They look a lot more modern and up to date than the 1215 stables were, and they smell a lot better. And you can see coming from the windows outside, and you can see what looks obviously like an electric light that's kind of wafting in.
Well, I'm gonna climb out of the fucking hay because ew. Just brush it all off, take it out of my hair. Hey, Caleb, help me with this. This is gross.
Yeah, why are we always landing in hay?
I don't know, but of course I was right. Better than like landing in a pile of rocks, but still. Ugh. Oh wait, what's the right term? Grody. Caleb, this is so grody. Will you get it off me?
You got it, babe. And he comes over and he's like brushing your hair, and it's like so much hay is flying out as he is hitting all of your hairsprayed hair. And then he also starts looking around.
I will take a look outside, see what there's to see.
Okay. You go up and you open the door, and it looks like as the door swings open, you can see where those lights are coming from now. It looks like they are these. It's maybe 100 yards away or so. They're these bright stadium lights that are coming from a big football field, and
That's bright.
You can kind of look around. You can look up, and you're standing in the MIT Equestrian.
Equestrian?
What is it? One more again?
Equestrian.
Equestrian stables for their equestrian team.
Mm-hmm. Still full of
Well,
assholes.
that makes sense.
Wait, is this where they play polo?
Yeah,
Marco!
probably.
Marco!
Everybody
Pappy?
roll me a
Pappy?
wit check.
I think we're supposed to be keeping it down, Pappy.
Oh,
Well, let's go
sorry.
ahead and roll a wit check real quick. First roll of the night.
Everyone or just Pappy?
Everybody. This is a kind of like a perception check in D&D.
That'd be one strange.
And successes?
Nope.
No.
I have 2 successes, and I will bank these 2 luck die that I got.
Whoa, that's
Wait,
a good roll right there.
Doesn't look right.
Theodore has 1 success.
Okay.
1 success, 1 strange, and 1 luck.
Oh, cool. So everybody remember to bank your luck if you got any. And if
Probably need to re-roll that because I still have myself listed as afraid from last time.
okay.
Oh. 1 success and 1 strange, so.
Okay, well, still, we will not add any ticks to the Doom Clock because it's a pretty silent night out here. Besides Pappy yelling, so that means that voices carry. And right before Pappy shouted, you all did hear 2 voices coming from off in the distance, like near like the bleachers of the football stadium. And Corsair, you notice that after Pappy shouts, the voices quit talking. Because you got the 2 successes, right? Everyone else got 1. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna. Shh. Somebody heard us. I'm gonna put my hand on my gun, but I'm just gonna hope it's some people fooling around under the bleachers. That's what I'm hoping. I'm just hoping that somebody's doing a good thing, and I don't have to interrupt anything. Just gonna, I guess, creep around.
Okay. I believe that is if we're gonna go for a stealthy approach, that would be another wit check.
I have 3 successes.
Damn. So, Corsair, you were able to kind of have your 4 friends hang back a little bit as you sneak around to the bleachers, and when you get to the edge of the field, you can get pretty close up on where you see two guys. They look like probably college students. They don't look super clean cut or anything. They both have one has long blonde hair, one has really long and curly brown hair. And you also, with your 3 successes, you can get a very, very strong smell of marijuana coming from these 2 gentlemen.
Nice. I come back then. They ain't no bother there. They're smoking weed.
Neither one of them are Marco?
Nah, they both the weed man.
Wait, I thought that was still illegal in this time period.
Stop! Don't narc on anybody.
Oh, I ain't gonna tell anybody. I just was making sure.
Oh yeah. That's why they were worried.
Yeah, Corsair, speaking of them being worried, when they were chatting, you could pick up a couple pieces in and out of their conversation.
Okay.
And it sounded like they were getting into they're definitely friends by the way they were chatting, because they were arguing, but it wasn't like there was no like ill intent. It was more like they were arguing and thinking like the other one was too high, if you remember correctly. One of them was saying, "Nah, dude, he had a fucking machete, man." And the other one's like, "Dog, I saw him. It was a big old sharp, big old knife. It ain't no machete." But then like under their words and like past their kind of trying to be brave facade, you could tell like they were both sounding pretty worried during this conversation.
All right, yeah. So they're just smoking weed. They're worried about some butcher Pete out there,
Well, should we go talk to them? Maybe they know something.
I mean, what we'll get might not be quality, but they probably saw whoever did the murdering. Can't tell if it was a knife or a machete. Not a lot of difference in the dark, really.
I mean, a little bit of size, but
Well, one thinks it's a big knife, the other one thinks it's a machete. Same damn difference. So.
okay.
There's a size joke there, but I'm not gonna say it because everybody's thinking it already.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna go ask them some questions. I mean, it seems like they know something. We should go investigate.
Just be cool.
Very good idea.
Oh, you don't have to tell me to be cool.
Actually, we're at MIT, so you're fine. You're fine.
I'm gonna walk around. So I'm dressed like I'm in
Yeah.
poison, but my demeanor.
I was gonna say Theodore looks like Jeremy, but also sounds like Jeremy. So let's see how this goes.
So I'm gonna walk around.
Oh, gosh.
Salutations, gentlemen. It seems like y'all are having some fun here.
Oh shit.
Oh, don't worry, man. Don't worry, man. I'm cool.
All right,
I
let's
just,
do a hearts check real quick.
Want to see if you fellas want to party a little.
Oh man, I wonder if they're gonna think he's a cop.
Jeremy, roll a hearts check, please.
Such a narc.
Don't worry, I'm not a cop or anything. man.
He said.
No. Oh, God. I should have gone in, man. I should have done it.
This
Aren't we
might
all
be
kind
a.
of cops.
This might be
One
a CR
success.
Okay. Ooh, I was really going back and forth with a 1 and a 2 with how bad you played it off, but
But how he looks.
yeah, I think that would kind of even it out a little bit. So I think one will be okay. They look startled for a moment. They both stand up and they hide their joints, and they're each smoking one, and they throw them each to the ground and start stomping it out.
Hey, don't freak, man. I'm cool.
Don't make me make you roll another fucking hearts check.
Wow.
So,
I
heard you guys talking about some stuff. What were you talking about there?
Oh man.
Is he a kind of stuff, dude? Wait, come up here a little closer. What is that?
No, man, chill out. I'm gonna pull out my Zippo and light it so they can see my face. Look, it's all cool here, dude. And I'm like, oh shit, almost light my hair on fire.
Man, is he just a desk cop? Like, I think he's a desk cop.
Do I need to go rescue him?
Where is everybody else, by the way?
I'm watching this train wreck.
I'm right there next to Corsair.
I'd imagine I'm like flipping the Zippo. It takes like 3 times before I light it.
Ooh, he is not good with that Zippo. You ever see anybody just like,
Oh gosh.
you better call over and be, he's like, like too cool for him girlfriend or something,
All right, yeah. I'm gonna step in because we gotta rescue this.
Okay. Hey, what
Hey guys.
Hey, I haven't seen you two around here in a while. Which by in a while I mean never. You all go here?
I don't go here. I'm not smart enough to get in here. You guys are so smart.
What about your friend? What about you? You go here?
Oh,
He is super smart.
well, that's smart. I'm more cool than smart.
He's super smart.
Yeah, he seems. Yeah.
I know, right?
Yeah, he seems. Yeah, I would think it's the other way on that.
So, looks like you guys are having some fun.
Yeah,
What's been going on tonight?
it's Halloween, so.
I know,
Just,
right?
Doing Halloween stuff. What do you do up to?
Just looking for something fun. So, yeah, we heard you talking. Is there, like, some sort of cool mystery going on? Like, you saw something, right?
They both look at each other, questioningly for a moment, and then it lingers for kind of an awkward amount of time. Maybe they're both lost for a second and they forgot what they were pondering, and then they both look back towards you two at like the same exact time. Well, Cody here and Chad here, they both point their fingers at each other and say each other's names like at the same exact second. Said that they saw someone get murdered, and I saw someone get murdered.
No way.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Wild.
Where?
Wait, like tonight, like here?
Not here. We met up here. I saw the
Where'd
body.
you see it?
Oh, it was in the. Again, it's kind of confusing because they're talking at the same time. But you can make out that one of them says at Walden Books.
Walden Books.
And then the other one says at the frat house.
Oh my god. So, like, 2 separate ones?
No, he's high. And
Cool.
they both point at each other and say it at the same time. No, he's high.
No.
He's talking about someone that's never existed before, dog. He's fucking. I think he may have saw the same guy I saw, but he doesn't. He's not making any sense, and I'm trying to convince him otherwise. So maybe you two can help us.
You sure you two aren't just like, freaking out, man?
I mean,
Why don't
I'm freaking out. Cody, Chad, freaking out. But I know what I saw.
I'm gonna get closer to the one named Cody. Sure,
Okay,
we'll
yeah,
go for
there's
Cody.
Chad and Cody.
So I'm gonna go closer to Cody. And
Cody has blonde hair, Chad has brown hair.
And I'm gonna just come up real close. Cody, tell me about what you saw.
Well, I've told 4 people tonight. No one's believed me, so I ain't talking anymore.
Please, sweetie. I want to persuade him.
Okay, yeah, roll a hearts check.
And I just got a new talent. So I get an extra talent die when trying to persuade or charm someone.
Okay.
So I have 5 plus 2 talent. So I've got 2 successes and 1 strange.
Okay.
And 2 luck. Nice.
Alright, so I was at the mall right before they closed for the night. I was heading to my car and just walking by, I glanced over into the bookstore. I saw this big guy with a big. It wasn't no knife. Wasn't a knife. It was a big machete.
Ooh.
I saw him just start chopping. Start chopping Debbie.
Debbie.
Debbie Doken. And this motherfucker doesn't remember who Debbie Doken is. He had 3 classes with her last semester.
Oh,
Did you
no.
tell anyone or call the cops before you came over here and started
yelling and
partying?
screaming? And the clerk at the bookstore came around the corner and saw the body and was fucking with me, acting like she couldn't see the body.
Oh no. What happened to the body? Did you move it?
I didn't move. I fucking ran away from the.
Is it still there?
Probably. Well, the mall's closed down, but
Oh.
I mean, unless someone, I don't know, might still be there.
What about you, Chad? What did you see?
Nope, same thing. I told so many people, ain't nobody remembers them. Nobody remembers
no.
Billy.
Billy? And was it someone with a machete who killed Billy too?
Roll another hearts check.
That would be 3 successes and 1
Holy
strange.
shit. Dude, I'm telling you.
We are so screwed when combat shows up.
Oh yeah.
Fucking like a. You ever see that movie, Psycho?
Yeah.
The big butcher knife.
Oh man.
It was big. It wasn't. He wasn't holding it. It wasn't like straight up and down like chop chop. It was.
And this was at the frat house, you said?
Yeah, it was fucking Billy DeBarge. Yeah, he died fucking writing up a paper or something. He was
Said
working
Billy
on the
DeBarge?
computer. Billy DeBarge, you knew him, right? You knew
Oh,
Billy.
I totally knew Billy. He was
everyone
so
knew
cute.
Billy. Now no one knows Billy.
That's so weird. That's so messed up.
Were you friends with Billy, or you just know him from class?
I mean, Billy's kind of an egghead, so he wasn't really my scene.
I bet I would have had fun with him.
I mean,
You
I
seem like a
knew
fun
him.
guy, Chad.
But see, now Cody and the other one says Chad. Never heard of Debbie and Billy.
That's just so messed up, guys. You know what'll help?
What's that?
Light him up again. It'll get rid of all the bad memories.
I think I'm just gonna go home and lay down for a bit and hope that this all's just like some fucking fever dream, you know what I'm saying? And,
I bet you'll realize that. You won't even remember me either.
It'll be like we weren't even here. And I finally shut the Zippo, like snapped the Zippo shut.
After failing that whole conversation, Cody stands up first and starts to leave, and then Chad leaves, like right behind him, following him.
All right, so we got 2 murders. We've got the locations. We've got the names of the people who've been killed. And, all right, do we want to split up or do we want to hit one than the other?
So, Walden Books, is that like a manor somewhere or
It's a bookstore.
A state? Okay, all right.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds way fancier than it is. It's just a bookstore.
All right.
But the mall's closed, so we'd have to do a little B&E. But I mean, we're always up for that, right?
But what's B&E?
Break and enter.
Bacon and eggs.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm ready for that.
Of course you are, Pappy.
That is the question. Are we splitting up, or are we going to try to go one at a time?
No, I mean, Ernest being aware of movie tropes, I'm not splitting up in the middle of a slasher movie.
Yeah,
I'm a little
Gwen's
too
from
dark.
2018.
I'm a little too dark for
Yeah. Yeah, we're not splitting up.
Yeah, why don't we just stay together? Well, we're gonna check out this bookstore and we'll see what happens.
It's a bookstore, not a library.
We won't. It's a turn of phrase, Pappy. It's fine. It's fine.
So if somebody was murdered, okay, nobody probably gonna remember the murder this time either. So
Yeah,
Is
So this is good to know.
is there just gonna be a big blood stain in the middle of this Walden Books when we get there?
Well, that Cody said that the manager didn't even see the body. So we're probably going to see a body or a blood stain or something.
Great.
But we don't have to worry about cleaning it up, at least, right? That's not part of our job, is it? Wait, can we talk on our communication devices and ask if we have to clean up the bodies?
I really don't know what our job is except to make sure time goes right. Like anything extra, that's how they get you with the scope of work. They give you a work description, right? And they're like, oh, but also
and
this.
Anything else the manager needs. I hate that line.
That's a terrible line. You're right. We got to figure out who put that in and go take them out, right?
It was probably Theodore.
All right, don't look at me. I didn't do any of that.
You love extra work.
I don't love extra work. I'm just good at it.
All right.
Well,
point me to this mall. I've got some things to break.
Oh, no. It's not
And
actually
enter.
breaking, Pappy. We're just going to enter illegally. That's why it's called a break and enter, because we're breaking the law by entering.
So it's a metaphysical break and not a...
See, if we do this wrong, we will have to break something, Pappy. So don't worry. If we mess this up, you're gonna have to break something to get in.
Oh yeah. But
Okay.
but first we're just going to break the law and enter. It'll be fine.
I'm here for it.
Okay. So, if we want to start to head towards, we will say that bare minimum, we did mention that you all would get, just at least a moment to look at least some stuff up, but before you all are sent back in time, even while waiting for the other ones to pick out their gear and stuff. You guys could figure out where the mall is easy enough. It is the Cambridge Side Mall, and Benjamin wasn't wrong. It's kind of where you all landed on the campus of MIT. There is the mall on one side, and then the frat house Alpha Lambda Omega on the other side. It's pretty much smack dab in the middle.
Is there a newspaper somewhere? Like a newspaper stand or a newspaper machine or
right now, you guys, I think right now, with you guys being on like the football field, it may not make sense. But when you get closer to the mall, I think you could roll for it and see if you could try to find one.
Okay.
So with that, heading towards the mall, walking off away from the football field, we see that the camera zooms out, and as you all are leaving in the woods, just near the field, we see the outline of this tall humanoid shape that is turned in your direction, just watching. And then you all go out of line of sight of it. And we will make it to the mall on foot, maybe 15-20 minutes later. Much like Chad and Cody said, it is a closed down mall. So the doors are all locked. We'll say that, all like the main entrances are locked from the inside. And then there are some, maintenance / delivery entrances that are chained up, locked.
I'd like to investigate the area, which gives me an extra talent die.
I'd like to find that newspaper.
Okay. Both of you guys roll some investigate.
I got 1 success and 3 strange, but I'm allowed to reroll fails. Do I need to reroll?
Yes.
All right, am I rolling smarts to find the newspaper or wit?
I think wit. It's more of like you just kind of trying to... It's kind of a perception versus investigation thing. And I think perception would make more sense. Wit would make more sense.
I have 2 successes.
Okay.
On my reroll, I have 3 successes, 0 strange.
Man, y'all, we need to take down this doom clock some.
Oh,
No, we
don't
don't.
worry.
Don't worry.
Give it time. It's fine.
Yeah, Corsair, you're able to find a newspaper stand like right next to one of the main entrances of this mall.
All right. It's like an episode of Early Edition, a show probably no one remembers. I'm gonna see what's on the newspaper. What's today's date? What year is it?
It is 1987, Halloween Day. So it is indeed Halloween, and that's probably why you haven't really seen, because you guys haven't like walked through like any residential areas. It was pretty much college campus, football field, and then this mall. Is there anything specific you're looking in the newspaper?
Well, I mean, I guess the front cover and maybe whatever equates to the metro section. Like local, local news.
Okay. Roll a investigation, which is smarts. Sorry, I have to quit using D&D stuff.
Okay. I have 1 success.
Okay. Yeah, there's nothing mentioning any like kind of spree murders or anything like that. It's mostly pretty boilerplate. There's stuff about the upcoming homecoming game that was postponed for MIT. It was postponed due to some issue with the football field. There is some mention about some guest lecturer at MIT. There's a little bit of mention about all the fire extinguishers, the fire hydrants on one block of MIT, like the campus section, being frozen over early for this time of year, but it's kind of hard to parse through exactly. Like, there's really not like any like standout story to you.
Sure. What and like who's this guy? I mean, a guest lecturer. That sounds. I'm gonna go ask Gwen if any of these people look important to her, because she's from like the nearest future. So
That's true. I keep forgetting that a lot of you all are from like pre-50s, so it would mostly
Gwen, any of these people look important to you?
So I'm gonna go ahead and look at it and see if anything looks important to me.
So the guest lecturer, why don't you roll me a smarts check, Gwen?
0 success, 0 strange, and 2 luck.
Okay, so go ahead and bank the luck. Gwen does not know anything about this person. It just says Tim Berners-Lee.
Yeah, but we got a name.
And then Theodore, you rolled a bunch of good ones, right?
Yeah, I rolled 3 successes, and basically what I was trying to investigate is like, where's the loading dock entrance? Where's the back door? Is there cops? Is there people? Like, what's a way we can sneak to the back? That's basically what I was looking for, a safe route.
Yeah, I think with such a good roll, I think you'd be able to find a next to the loading dock a single metal like well reinforced door that somebody you went up and just kind of blindly, mostly by luck, went over and tried it and were able to get lucky, and somebody apparently forgot to lock this one.
Hey guys, this thing's open.
Cool. I found a stray. Can I keep it?
Pappy
What?
holds
Pappy?
Pappy holds up a cat.
Pappy, you can't bring it inside. You can't have a cat in the mall.
Why? There's no one here.
I mean,
We're
okay,
breaking
you're not
rules,
wrong.
right? You said we were going to break the law.
Sure. Okay,
Good
bring
point.
the cat. Hey, Caleb, have you heard about this special lecturer guy?
What is Caleb's smarts?
3.
Oh, that's what. Okay. 1 success, 1 strange. Okay. How am I gonna play this? Okay.
The cat left.
Yeah, babe. Don't you remember?
Wait, remind me.
Tim Berners-Lee.
Who is he?
It's the one who made us famous, babe.
Oh my God, is he the internet guy?
He's the internet guy. He's
Oh.
the one who did the internet stuff.
Oh my God, how did I forget that? He's gonna be the important guy. Oh my
No,
God.
I mean, I think we should just let him go.
No, I need the internet. Corsair, I need the internet. You cannot let him go.
Well, I
We
mean,
have to save him.
if he's not around, you would not need the internet because it wouldn't be.
No, if he's not around, then I don't exist the way I exist. Corsair, this is my life. We have to save him.
Ooh, Corsair, streaming. I can't go without streaming those movies in the rec center.
Exactly. We have to have this. How can we not? If the internet doesn't exist, people aren't going to share ideas, and we're not going to get time travel ever because people won't be sharing anything.
I see what people do with the ability to share ideas on the internet, and it is not good.
I mean,
Fair
some of
point.
it's not good. Some of it's really good. Come on.
Yeah, fine. I mean, I saved the guy who made all the laws, that were awful. So sure, let's save the internet guy too.
There we go. All right, good talk. All right, let's go save the internet guy.
It was not a good talk. We just talked. It was only a talk. I'm not gonna let that be good. No.
Well, it was good for me, so that's good enough.
I just wanted to point out, we're looking for a murderer and the door was already open. That's probably not good.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably no murder number 3. It's pre-murder. I'm trying to take this all very nonchalantly because, like, I'm in the past and like this is already messed up. If I get too deep into this, I might snap. So just
Wait, wouldn't this be the future for you?
It's the future for me, but it's the past for where my job is, and if I think about it too much,
I know, right?
But the important thing is that a lot of us have guns. So let's maybe have those ready in case
guns.
murder 3 is about to happen.
I pull out my
Big guns to
multi-tool.
carry these Louisville sluggers.
I flip through the screwdrivers and the filers and the can opener, and then I finally find the very small knife. I'm ready.
I hope that you were better with that knife than you are with that Zippo.
Look, I'm always prepared, Corsair.
Prepared for
Having
what?
things and knowing how to use things are different.
I was in the war, Corsair. What have you done besides yell at all of us every day?
I don't know, save your life. I don't know. I don't know, shot the werewolf. I don't know. Just
All
you
right,
know.
boys, let's continue on.
That was yesterday, wasn't it?
He's just mad because I'm better at Space Invaders than he'll ever be.
I'm not gonna touch Space Invaders. See, this is why we gotta get rid of the internet. Right there, right there. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that wasn't internet at all. That came way before the internet.
Damn.
Sorry.
Yeah, I don't think the internet will be publicly available for about 4 more years.
I'm gonna let them keep squabbling, and this is a mall. I know my way around a mall. I'm going straight to the little kiosk thing.
Yeah, you're able to find the mall kiosk right away, and it's got a listing right there for Walden's Books, and it's a 2-story mall. You can see that it's on the 2nd story. Walden's Books is, and then once you kind of make your way towards the escalator, you see that it's turned off. But this entire time, like as soon as you all walked into the mall, you can see that inside is it's like these dim, low lights, like these security lights that just kind of bathe this entire area in this like dim orange glow. And most of the buildings all have those. Most of the stores have those metal gates that are shut down, pulled down tight and locked. But as you all walk up the escalators and head towards Walden Books, you see the big red letters up on the top of the store that are currently dimmed and unlit. But even just from that dim orange light from the security lights, you can see it's kind of washing over the storefront a little bit. You can't see like past the bookshelves in the back, but you don't need to, because up against the first bookshelf in the front of the shop, you see just laying there a dead body with a pool of blood around it. But that gate is shut.
Theodore, do you have anything in that Swiss Army knife of yours that'll pick a lock?
I think so. I'm like flipping through. Yeah, this thing might work. I think it's supposed to be a toothpick, but it's metal.
All right.
I think that would be a wits check, please, whoever is going to try this.
All right, y'all stand back now. I don't know what's gonna happen here. We have no idea what's on the other side of this door.
A dead body.
Well,
we can see right through it. It's a gate.
We know. Okay, but you know what I mean. I'm just trying to help you out, and I'm gonna try to pick the lock.
I'll go ahead and pull my gun out so he feels like I'm being prepared.
Having a gun at my back helps me feel safe.
I ain't doing nothing. You told him. He asked me what the hell I was doing. I ain't doing shit.
All right, so let me make my smarts check.
Wits check.
Oh, wits check.
Yeah, that's the lock-picking one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
0 success, 1 strange.
Thank you. We're up to 1 whole minute on the doom clock now. Yeah,
so what happens?
You fiddle with it for a while, and you're just not able to trip this lock.
Now, I know this may be hard to believe, but this was the first time I tried to break into somewhere.
Yeah, give me that.
Try to hand Corsair the multi-tool.
See, I like Shiver because, like, in like D&D, if somebody tries to pick a lock and they fail, they can just be like, okay, I'm gonna try again. But in Shiver, you got strange rolls, doom clock ticking down.
Yeah, Corsair will, we'll put the toothpick to the lock and feel gently around for the tumbler. And I will roll. That is 3 successes.
Yeah, you're able to trip this lock, and as soon as you do, and you hear the click, the gate just springs up like 6 inches, but it's now just loose.
All right, here you go.
Good job, Corsair.
He's so
I'm
good
gonna
at
lift
that.
it up.
Theodore's just staring at the multi-tool like it's magic now. Staring at it in the palm of his hand. How did you
This
do
is
that?
This a bookstore?
Yes, this is a.
You gotta feel for the tumblers. If you're not, like once you're in there, it's a very gentle feeling, and then you get into the next one and the next one.
You all just see Theodore start gravitating towards a Silver Age Flash poster that's on the wall.
Yeah, so inside you see that now that you guys can lift up this gate and walk into the store, you can see that it's definitely a female body laying on the floor there. Who's gonna go and investigate this whole scene?
I feel like that's your expertise, area of expertise. I'm gonna just walk over here to this vending machine. Does anybody want anything?
Not candy.
No thanks.
I think I'm
Actually,
good
get
right
me
now.
a tab if they've got them. I haven't had one of those in years.
I know, right? The 80s. No candy, Corsair? That's like the 1980s candy is like the best candy.
No candy. Ain't enough candy. Thanks you
Okay.
back at the base.
They have ecto coolers. I'm gonna run over and I'm gonna start pushing buttons on the vending machine.
Okay. Is anybody with Pappy?
No, I'm gonna go look at the body of Debbie Doken and see if I can find any information on her, anything that would be, vaguely helpful.
What's your dream warrior?
Like, does she look like an MIT student? Is she dressed more like me?
Yeah, why don't you roll a smarts check for like an investigation?
That would be 1 success, 0 strange.
Okay. Yeah, you can see that she's actually wearing a. It looks like a cheerleader's uniform, but again, it's Halloween, so you don't know if she was actually an MIT cheerleader or just a for the Halloween costume. But it's the dark gray and red embroidery on it, and it's got MIT on like right across the breast of the top. Getting this
Guess
close.
I didn't know that MIT had cheerleaders. Weird. Okay.
Getting this close, you can see that with your investigation, you can tell that it looks like she was indeed like hacked at, not quite stabbed like Cody thought. Just right across the torso, across like both of the clavicles. It's like 2 slash marks that are very, very deep. And she's currently face up, and she's got, with your investigation check, you can see that she's got 2 books that are laying on the floor. It looks like she was pulling the 2 books out. And you can see that in her left hand, she had a small post-it note, scrap of paper.
I'm going to read that.
On that, on the post-it note, you see that it just has, it looks like maybe a book title. It says, Computer Networking for the Future.
Is that one of the books she has?
It's not, but this area of the bookstore, which I'm now realizing I don't know why they would put these kind of books in the front kind of section, but this is the computer / networking section of the bookstore. I guess it's a big thing in the 1987, so they want to lead with that. So these are the computing books.
I want to look for it. My first thought is going to be everything's alphabetical by author, so I'm going to look under Berners-Lee to see if maybe it's a book by Tim Berners-Lee.
Okay. While you're doing that, Pappy,
Yes.
you are popping your quarters in the machine.
I'm not popping quarters. I'm just pushing buttons.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot you're fucking
It's
Pappy.
happy.
Why don't you while you're doing that, why don't you roll me a wit check with minor disadvantage since you're kind of distracted. You've got something going on, so that just means
Yeah,
you just
the stray came back.
that just means you gotta roll one less core die.
Okay. You said wit?
Yeah, so like if you have 2, it'd be 1. It can't
So
go
I have
below
3,
1.
so I just roll 2, right?
Right. Yeah.
2. Roll. Oh no, 0 successes, 1 strange.
Cool. Perfect. Thank you, Pappy. Yeah, you're really focused on just slamming these buttons and trying to get everybody their order, and you don't seem to notice that there's a fog in the mall that's kind of building up around not just your ankles. It's like knee high now, and then quickly goes like past waist high, and you're just off down this corridor of the mall, punching in these buttons, and at that, let me do a quick roll real quick. What's your AC, your armor, Pappy?
AC, where do I find that on the thing here? Luck, armor.
I haven't looked at a lot of the actual player sheets.
I'm not wearing any armor, so it has an X on the top dot.
So does that mean just you would have to have at least 1, I would assume, because
So there's that little shield icon.
yeah.
It says slot 1 and ability, those are blank, and then it just has an X in one of the dots.
Okay. I'm just gonna look real quick for armor in the core rule book. Oh, that's okay. Well, I think this is gonna hit. I think a 2 would hit you. So, oof. You feel something grab the back of your head, Pappy, and then it slams it through the glass of the vending machine. And you're going to take 2 piercing damage, and you are maimed, which means let me find out exactly what that means. Maimed means that this effect is often linked with a physical attack. When maimed, speed is reduced to slow. To remove this effect, you or an ally must use an interact action with the CR2 smarts check. So you are slowed now.
Okay.
But yeah, you take that damage as something just grabbed your head and slammed it through the vending machine. And everybody else make a wits check to see if you hear that glass shattering.
Well, that's one way to get free food.
1 success, 0 strange.
0 success, 1 strange.
Thank you.
2 successes.
Okay. Everybody but Theodore can hear this glass shattering.
Theodore's too encroached. He's reading Watchmen.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone else can hear this glass shattering from like where Pappy was going to the vending machine. Pappy, you can kind of, as soon as your head recoils back, you get at least just a split second to look over, and you see this figure that is a good 6.5 feet tall, just built damn near as wide as he is tall, wearing what looks like a in your time, Pappy, like an old school like hockey mask. And from there, this thing is going to be slow category. Pappy is now also slow category. So Corsair and Gwyn, you two can take an action real quick. Well, Theodore too, if you catch wind of what's happening.
Well, Gwyn did say she had. I've got my gun out, so I'm going to try shooting it with a pistol.
Yeah, you'd have to kind of leave the store a little bit to be able to see down the corridor where the vending machine is, and you can now also see this fog that's like covering like this entire floor of the mall. And
Is that a crit?
So what this is gonna be is, Gwyn, as you're kind of like scanning this area and trying to find out exactly where this sound came from, you're like looking through this fog, trying to look over, and your vision is going to like pan past, and just for a moment you see what looks like maybe like a face or a mask, and then you quickly pan back, and now it's harder to see. You can't tell if it's the vending machine, if it's Pappy, if it's a different figure. So when you pop this shot off, it would be at minor disadvantage. When I think a gun is I think it's a wit.
Do I want to use luck? I want to use luck.
You think Pappy's probably right by whatever this thing is.
Yeah, I want to use luck. 1 success, 0 strange.
Yeah, you fire off a shot, and you don't hear any kind of impact at all. So you don't think you hit whatever it is. You don't think you hit Pappy, which is good. You don't even think you hit the vending machine. You don't hear where like you hit. So either Corsair or Theodore.
But they both would have heard my gunshot, I'm sure.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess
Pappy,
I'm
you heard it too.
come around this corner and just see this big looming goon. Well, I guess I'm going to pull my gun and try to take a shot at him. Okay. We already started shooting, so might as well. Let's see. I'm gonna burn these 2 luck I banked because I don't know what this guy CR is.
More than one.
6 successes.
Oh shit! So that would be a crit, and that's a wit check, right?
Yeah.
Do you know what the wit crits do?
I do not.
Okay.
Let me look.
The cool thing about, so it's on page 24. Let me get there real quick. Critical hits. For a wit, your fast hands allow you to strike again. So anytime you roll 2 above what the AC is, or the CR is, you get to crit based on what kind of weapon you've rolled. And you rolled a wit weapon, which gets to grant you an additional strike. Now, the additional strike cannot grant critical hits.
Okay, so I can't just keep exploding critical hits on people. Okay.
Right. The most you can do is 2 hits.
Okay, well, I guess I'll just roll again without those 2 luck. And 3 successes.
Okay, yeah, so you're going to hit this thing twice. How much damage is that?
The firearm does 2 damage.
Okay. So yeah, you hit this thing twice, and it's back. It's got its back to you. Pappy, you can hear it. You can feel it. It's kind of got a hold of you still, the back of your head, and you can feel it jolting from these gunshots. And Pappy, I do believe if you're on the same initiative level as a monster, I believe the players get to go first. So you get a chance to try to do something.
Got his hands like on the back of my head.
Yeah, it literally grabbed your head and slammed it into the vending machine.
Okay, I want to reach back and grab my Louisville Sluggers and try to break free
Okay.
and scream, "Happy Halloween, motherfucker!"
Okay, that will be a grit check, please.
A grit check.
How you got any luck banked?
I do. I have one. I'm gonna use it. 0 successes, 1 strange.
You know it's very, very, very funny. I'm gonna give just a quick peek behind the curtain. This thing has an 8 grit. I just rolled an opposed grit check, and it was 0. Also, somehow 8 fucking dice did not roll a single grit.
That's
So we will
Pappy's
do a
luck.
new roll. Yeah, I guess
It
it is
is.
Pappy's luck. Yeah, but now we will roll a second time.
Okay. I can't use my luck again, so I have to adjust that. Okay. Oh, jeez. 0 successes, 1 strange.
This thing got a fucking 0 again, and I'm starting to think that maybe I've got my dice roller set up wrong or something.
No, it's just Pappy.
Reroll again. Okay, reroll
Just
again.
Pappy.
Okay. It got a 1 this time.
2
So it's fine.
successes and 1 luck.
What? Oh
'Cause
my
Pappy.
God. How did you beat something with a grit 8 in a grit check? I don't understand it. It was 0, 0, then 1. And I thought the 1 was going to beat you, Pappy. I really did.
2 successes
I
and 1
should
luck. I can bank
screenshot
that
that
luck,
shit.
right?
You can, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna bank that luck.
So yeah, you're able to break free from this thing, and you can now you can use your movement and your interact however you want. That was your action.
Okay, I'm gonna interact with the vending machine and grab a couple snacks,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna move and run back towards my friends.
Yeah,
Hey,
so you're,
I got the snacks.
you're able to just pocket quite a few of the.
Of course, here's
primo-
Pop-Tarts. It's not candy.
And we now go to this thing's turn. Because obviously it is a slow. It is going to. Oh god, this is really fucking tough, this choice. Okay, yeah. It's going to lumber towards you all. It's just slowly stepping with a purpose, walking right towards you 5. Counting Caleb. Does Caleb have a weapon?
He's got the boombox.
Okay, yeah. Cool.
Boom box.
I'm sure we must have given him a weapon. He probably has like a knife or something.
Okay. Yeah, I was thinking if this creature was going to try to flee, but I think it's gonna walk right towards you 5. And it's gonna be able to all this is kind of happening in sync. So as soon as like Pappy breaks free and runs back towards you all, it keeps lumbering forward, and it is going to with its left hand, it is going to hurl a piece of glass at. Let's see. I think Pappy's already got fucked up quite a bit. It's gonna hurl a piece of glass at Theodore because I think that would be funny. 2 successes. Theodore, do you know what your armor class is? Because I don't remember how armor class works in this game.
Well, we have a CR just like the enemy has a CR, right?
Yeah,
Is that-
yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it would just be one. I don't know. I'm not wearing any armor.
I think the base is 1 if you're not wearing armor. We will reconvene before episode 3, and we will figure that out exactly. But I think this is gonna hit with 2 successes.
I mean, I'm holding Watchmen, which is a big ass book. Is that like a shield, right?
Not quite. As this thing pierces into you for just too sharp. And it just like, I mean, it just cuts into your arm, but it's like sticking out of your arm, this shard of glass from the vending machine. But then we'll go back up to Theodore, Corsair, and Gwen. Pappy, unfortunately, you are still considered slowed until somebody tries to heal your maimed condition.
So is he like right next to me, and I'm right by the shattered vending machine?
No, you're still pretty.
Or is
far
this
from
like
the vending
shrapnel?
Machine. It picked up some glass from the vending machine and threw it at you like a throwing knife.
Okay.
It's pretty close to you. It's probably about 15 feet away from you now, but it's walking so slow that it didn't quite make it to you for 5.
Are we on the ground level or the second level?
Second level.
Can I see a balcony leading to the main level?
Leading to the main level?
Yeah, you know, in a mall, you can look down on the...
Yeah, like, all the pathways in this mall are pretty narrow, so you're always, pretty much no matter where you are, you're pretty close to an edge.
Does it seem like I'm in a position where I could, like, rush him and try to push him over the wall?
It is possible, for sure.
Because I feel like that's the kind of thing Theodore would come up with. Something that's, like, smarter and less just based on him fighting him in one-on-one combat.
It's
I'm be like,
possible.
I'll see my arm, like, you know, bleeding and, like, glass in it. And I'm just in a panic going to rush at him. And I'm going to use my, like, free action type thing to just kind of toss the Watchman book at him as sort of a distraction. And what my goal is to try to shove him back against, like, the balcony wall as hard as I can.
Okay, so...
in an attempt to push him over it.
So, I will give him a minor disadvantage from the Watchman book hitting him in the face. Still, this is probably going to be pretty tough for Theodore. It's going to be a grit check.
Okay.
And I've kind of spoiled how strong this thing is.
Well, it's really cool. Really good things happen when I do grit. Because I'm so strong. Oh, 1 success, 0 strange.
Can you all see in my glasses? That 0 success right there. I don't know why this thing... It's got 7 grit from that roll.
So I'm going to go, and just try to shove him as hard as I can up against the balcony wall.
Okay. Yeah, you...
Adam, are you...
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Am I what?
Are you using the computer that DB and I used?
No, this is a different one. I am in my room because they are not building my deck at the moment. So I stuck in my room. So I don't know how it's...
Because I was thinking that maybe I rubbed off on something, but no, that's not the computer I touched. So,
and I know I'm not super strong, but, you know, he's like 6'3". I'm like tall. I'm just kind of skinny.
Yeah. Well, it was probably maybe the book. Because maybe if you did throw that book, I mean, he had 1 more grit, maybe he could have done something. But, yeah, Theodore, you start running towards him and chuck that book at his face. And it kind of takes him by surprise for a moment. And as the book hits him, he starts to raise his machete just as you run towards him and push him off the edge. And the glass shatters of the balcony. And after just like 1 or 2 seconds, you hear a pretty sickening thud hit the ground.
Holy shit! I did that! Did you guys see that? I did that!
You did! Good job!
I'm going to look over to see if it's moving or if I even see it at all.
Yeah, Caleb also looks over, and then he looks at you, Theodore, and he's like, "Where'd it go?"
Oh, crap. Is it not down there?
And it's just like a thick blanket of fog down there, and you really can't see much at all.
Well.
Who watches the Watchmen? That's as far as he got before he heard gunshots and couldn't read the book anymore. Guys, I don't see this thing. I'm not sure this thing's human. I mean, it's got to be at least 30 feet.
You hear on your bracers a paging noise, and then you hear Benjamin. Hey guys, just got another blip on the timeline. What's up?
We might have lost the thing. Maybe.
Pushed it over a ledge, and it didn't die.
Did it fall and kill somebody? Because somebody on the timeline just died.
Oh crap.
I don't think so. I mean, we're in the mall on Halloween.
This isn't on the mall.
Oh no, where did someone die?
Near the MIT campus?
Oh crap.
On the campus?
So is there more than one thing?
I don't know. Like I said, they don't let me time travel. I'm not there.
Well, I thought we were just chasing one thing. Oh crap. Okay.
Maybe somebody laced Chad's marijuana cigarette.
Maybe that's totally it. Crap. Okay. I want to run back to the bookstore and try to find that damn book that she was looking for.
Okay.
The computer networking for the future.
Yeah, roll me a smarts check to try to find that.
I guess I'm gonna be dumb and jump down the fog. I need to know if this thing's dead.
Okay, before you jump down, there is a not working escalator, not like
Stairs.
10 feet from you. Yeah, pretty much.
Oh,
There's
okay,
stairs
okay.
at this moment. Yeah.
Not working escalator.
I'll use my engineering
Stairs.
genius to decide those are stairs.
Yeah, aka stairs. Yeah.
A
of
0
course-
success, 1 strange. Crap.
Oh,
Can
thank
I
you.
help her by walking over and just leaning up against the thing?
Okay. So Gwen, you can now roll 1. I'll give you minor advantage just from Pappy's kind of infectious luck. So you can just roll now 1 more smarts die. No.
Nope.
Didn't help. Even with
Nope.
Pappy's luck, holy cow. But hey, we're only up to. I think you guys are gonna do pretty well on the Doom Clock tonight. We're only up to 4 out of 15 for the first event.
I want to get Pappy looking.
Okay. While Corsair is going down, Corsair, why don't you roll me a wit check? And Pappy, if you are going to be looking, you can roll me a smarts check.
Well, of course, I wouldn't deny Gwen.
While we're all standing here,
2 successes.
Okay.
Thea, and this might give one of them an extra die or something. Theodore's gonna light that flare and toss it down into the fog.
Okay. Yeah, Corsair, you're looking through this fog exactly where it landed, and you see this, flare drop down from above, and kind of, really, if anything, it just makes this fog look a lot more kind of ominous, as it's like now this red glow going throughout the entire fog. And again, you're really scanning this area, and you're looking for this figure, and for just a moment, you see again the outline of this like old school hockey mask, and as soon as you double take back to it, it's not there anymore. But you also don't see it like approaching or getting anywhere near, and actually at that you actually start to see the fog start to go away, and then after 30 seconds to a minute, all of the fog in the entire mall is just gone. And
Okay.
Pappy, would you get on your smarts check?
Well, 1 success and 1 strange.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to find this book, And lo and behold, it was written by Tim Berners-Lee.
Is this the one you're looking for?
Yes, let's grab that and let's head back to campus. Oh, let's get Corsair first.
Back to school. Okay.
Okay, so I found out how getting hit works. It's real deadly.
Yeah. How's Pappy and Corsair looking? Because honestly, I have no idea how much like HP people have in Shiver yet.
Okay, so we have this thing called Lifeline, and we have different levels of trauma, like weakened, limping, trauma, and dead. And armor only works if you're wearing it. If you take a hit, you roll for how many pieces of armor you have. And if you roll a luck symbol, then your armor takes a hit and it's fine. If you roll a strange symbol, then the armor takes a hit and it breaks, and it loses a level. And if your armor loses all its levels, then the armor is worthless. But we actually the monster's def con, or how much damage it can do, tells us how much damage we can take all the way down to our lifeline from weakened to dead. So taking 2 hits, you're 2 into weakened.
Okay.
Now,
I imagine
Adam,
there's some cuts across the forehead, and he's kind of got blood dripping down.
Yeah.
Adam, are you going to consider just average clothing like a 1 armor, or just kind of a 0 armor?
I think I'm kind of picturing everybody always baseline 1 armor class. I think is what makes sense. So like it's just clothes, 1 armor class.
I think it says that you only get armor if you're wearing it.
Yeah, you explicitly have to wear armor.
So is your CR just 0 unless
Yes.
you have armor?
Yes, you are supposed to do tactical things and be cool and try to get at your enemy, because the chance of dying is always on the table. But because it's Shiver, we could resurrect, or something weird could happen, or anything, because you're the director, anything can happen.
Yeah.
So
I kind of like. I mean, I want the monsters to at least need to roll 1 success to hit you guys. Like, if you're just in regular clothes, just at least a 1 CR. Which it shouldn't be too hard. I mean, that thing you all fought, obviously, I spoiled it and said that it had 8 grit. Somehow, never fucking rolled any hits.
But it could have 8 grit and only deal 1 damage because it's not that big of a threat. If it's a big threat and it does 6, well,
Yeah.
Okay.
So
we effectively have 16 life,
yes,
Okay.
and we're dead.
and the last 4 suck.
That last 4 we're pretty much on the ground, and when we're out of those, that's it.
So you're like unconscious at dead,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then if you hit the final dead, you're dead.
Yeah,
I told you all,
Okay.
I was a little worried about this one because, like I said, it's only the second time we ever played. Don't know how I'm scaling it exactly, so we'll see how hard it gets. It's looking pretty fun so far.
look,
I'm gonna
if
kind of walk
we can
closer
all
to everyone
just-
else.
we die, some of us can come back as a ghost. That's literally in the book. We could have a ghost Theodore knowing us
And then
for
we
the
can
rest
have
of
a
our
strange character. That'd be kind of cool.
Oh yeah, we don't have a strange one. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be probably how we get them. So Theodore's gonna walk over to you all, and he's like holding his arm. He's like, "Oh, that thing cut me up pretty bad. How are you all feeling?
Let me see that.
There's got to be a first aid kit around here somewhere, right?" I'm like looking for an emergency light or
Theodore,
something.
is that a tattoo?
Hey, look, I was in the army, all right. We have a lot of time on our hands.
I just didn't see you with a tattoo, Theodore.
I'm sorry. It's just I tried to tell you
I mean,
guys.
you
I'm
don't have
pretty
to
cool.
apologize to me.
I'm-
I think tattoos are pretty cool. Anyway, should we go from here?
This is like the 3rd time you spoke to me.
I know. I apologize. I know.
I know I can be pretty intimidating, but
I just.
Oh. You really said that out loud.
how does medic work? If we're not in like a battle situation, can I just take some time and use my medic ability?
What's it say? What's your ability say?
Heal 2 wounds. CR1 smarts. Additional smart symbols heal more wounds.
So you will have to roll for it, which means you can roll as much as you want, but all those failures are gonna, if there's any stranges.
Well, luckily, I'm pretty smart. So I can probably at least make it to where I get the glass out of my arm.
Yeah.
And I got 0 success and 1 strange.
Yeah,
But
see,
I
there
get to
you go.
re-roll failures.
God damn it.
Now I got
Jeremy.
1 success and 0 strange.
Fuck you, Jeremy. I was excited.
So he pokes it. He's like, ow! And then the second time he doesn't poke it, I just kind of pull the glass out and I rip a little piece of my shirt off and make a, like a, not really a tourniquet, but I use my basic military medic skills and stop the bleeding on my arm. I'm going to look over at Pappy. How are you feeling over there, Pappy?
I'm pretty good. I found another stray.
Where do you keep getting these things?
As Pappy's face is just like fucking streaming from blood.
The cat's like licking the blood.
We should probably patch you up a little bit, Pappy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Corsair rummages through this kit. Because you said you found a first aid kit, yeah?
Yeah, I was looking for one, and I would imagine there'd be some sort of first aid thing on the wall by a fire hydrant or something.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And Caleb, you always mess around with the sewing machine. I know you got a needle on you, right?
Of course.
Yeah, let me see that. All right, now give me that lighter.
Oh, God. That's Adam talking.
By the way, did the flare extinguish itself safely?
It's still lit, but it's in the middle of a stone/concrete floor of the.
Okay, good.
Yeah. You don't think it's going to cause any damage.
That's good. We don't want to be an arsonist.
But yeah, all of the fog's
would be
gone
bad.
now. All the fog's gone now. So it's just that eerie, like, orange light lighting up the entire mall. Which makes you think where this thing just went.
So
We've
I
had
guess,
problems with these things.
I guess I will lightly light up this this needle because I don't want to give Pappy a terrible infection or something. And I have field surgeon, so I can roll a
Ooh.
smarts roll to heal 1 wound for every additional smart symbol I roll. Beyond the first, I heal another wound.
I think that, yeah, I think you and Theodore both kind of have some, the same, it sounds like kind of the same healing mechanic. Hey, we didn't talk about, does anybody else need a very quick break? It's not the halfway mark. We are way past the halfway mark. But I could go for just a 1-minute break, but
Sure.
if nobody else needs one, I'll just dip, and you all could talk about what you guys got on your level ups.
Yeah, I could probably use a Coke Zero, I suppose. All
I've got a crying dog. I need to let her out.
right, yeah, I can heal 1 with my field surgeon.
For Pappy.
Yeah.
So, Pappy, you can get 1 more HP back, which should be pretty helpful. And then we'll just take a super, super short break and just come right back because we're well past the 2-hour mark at the moment. So we'll be right back, everybody. Stay tuned. welcome back, everybody. We had just ended with us, we'll say dispatching some kind of homicidal maniac, and finding out that this student was looking for a specific book written by the guest lecturer coming to MIT soon. So I don't know where you all were planning on going next.
Back to campus because someone else got killed, so we need to figure that shit out.
So are we all back at full health after doing first aid?
I
have
think
one.
you guys all only
Because no one got too hurt.
I think everyone
Well-
only granted 1 HP. You guys could keep
Yeah.
rolling for more, and the only thing it would do
Is risk
tick-
those strange.
risk ticking up the doom clock. We are only at 4 on the doom clock, so I think we could risk it a little bit for the biscuit.
You know,
Yeah, if you want to feel better, go for it.
Well, mine heals 2 wounds. And
mine
then
heals 1.
I can do additional if I roll additional smart symbols.
Yeah, mine is 1, but that's because I'm, not a smarts-based class. It's just like, oh, I'll get by, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
It hurts right here, Corsair. Do it again.
All right, I'm gonna try it. All right, I could get 3 strange.
Are you sure? I mean, I can take a look at it. I don't mind.
Well, I mean, we have established you're pretty smart.
Well, I have professional medical training.
Yeah.
Right, you're smart.
Yeah, I just get by with some stuff I've had to do, see, that sort of thing.
I don't know. I'm already standing here. Go ahead, Corsair.
All right.
How's Theodore? Is Theodore maxed out yet?
Yeah, I rolled. Yeah, I only had 2 damage and I healed 2.
Well,
Okay.
yeah. I mean, we could get 2 strange on the doom clock.
Hey, we're only up to 6. We're not even
Ow!
halfway. We're not even halfway to the first event.
Good. Quit your belly aching. It ain't even that bad. It's for all the candy you've given me.
Just
I
try
do it
again,
for-
Corsair.
Yeah. All right. 1 success. Woo. Ha
Okay.
Ah, whew, thanks.
So what's Pappy up to mechanically speaking? How much damage down
Well,
are you?
he healed me for 1, and then this one was another 1, so
Yeah.
I'm all good.
Oh, okay. Okay. I thought you had more for some reason. Cool. So yes. Heading back to campus?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So luckily campus isn't a super far walk from the mall. You don't know what came first, the mall or the campus, but it definitely seems like they took into consideration the other when they were building the ladder.
What is
and-
it like? Is it like a whole bunch of Halloween parties? Is it like a whole bunch of crazy college kids dressed up, getting drunk in the streets, or is it kind of quiet?
So we'll say that you all got there probably around like 9 o'clock at night, which is, it's getting pretty late even for a Halloween night. That's kind of when kids start. Well, it's when like trick-or-treaters,
Not
kid
the 80s,
trick-or-treat.
buddy.
That's
We're out
true.
till midnight.
That's true. So maybe at night or at 9, it was pretty lively. But by now, by the time you guys walked to the mall, investigated it, fought this hockey mask machete wielding killer, and then walked back, it's probably now like right at midnight. It's about to pass beyond Halloween night. So the streets are pretty empty as you all are walking towards the campus, and you can see a couple of the trees on the campus have been like TP'd, and there's just like toilet paper hanging down from them. There's some like forks in some of the campus courtyards, some eggs spattered across like some of the window fronts. But it all seems like it happened at least a little while ago, because you all don't see anybody else on campus. You don't see anybody else on the roads to campus, even.
Well, that seems odd. I mean, MIT is full of eggheads, but still.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, even Egghead's got to loosen up every now and then. It seems kind of
exactly.
strange.
I mean, this is the time to party. Well, I guess we need to maybe go to the frat house and look for that other body that they were talking about.
Oh God, no, 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 no. We're not going to no rat house.
Frat, a fraternity
Okay, yeah.
where all the boys hang out. It's fine.
You're a little bit too excited about that, Gwen.
Look, I have a very good track record with being charming and getting information. I feel like this is where I'm going to shine, right?
I thought you shined everywhere, but okay.
Aw, you're so
Let's
sweet,
go to the
Happy.
rat party.
So while walking across the campus, the frat house is like a block away from the MIT campus, aka like the MIT actual schooling buildings. Everybody roll me a wit check, please, while walking through the campus towards the frat house.
0 success, 0 strange, but 2 heart.
Zero successes, 2 strange, and 1 luck.
Thank you. You can go ahead and bank that luck. We're up to 8 on the doom clock.
Is that a wits check?
Yes.
Uh,
A different stray.
1 success and 1 strange.
Okay.
4 strange.
Who's okay?
How many strange?
Just 1?
He's your pretty.
4. 4. Ooh, I thought
Holy
you said
crap.
1.
I thought you said 1 as well.
So we
Yep.
are up to 13 on the doom clock. Thank you, Corsair. We may hit the 15 mark at least tonight. However, as you all are walking, Theodore, out of the corner of your eye, you can kind of glance over, and the entire, so the MIT actual school buildings, classroom buildings, lecture halls, it's actually like 3 separate major buildings, and they're all just dark windows. But as you're walking, you notice that there is just one single light that is on in the 2nd story of the central building on campus.
Wait, just one central light?
When I say central light, I mean there's one like classroom. You would imagine Theodore would think it's like a classroom, but looking in the panels, the squares that are just checkering this building, they're all dark, all unlit, but there is one light that is on inside the building.
Well, that seems a little suspicious.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
suppose.
it's got to be after normal hours.
Extra credit.
Yes, it is after normal hours. Let's. Oh man, we're gonna have to go in there and investigate, aren't we?
Isn't that what we do? I mean, that's what
All
we've
right.
been doing.
Oh,
I don't know
Happy,
if
I
that's-
found a stray.
You guys are finding all the good animals.
You all are just collecting so many fucking cats tonight.
Yeah, they're very friendly on this campus. That's pretty nice. Oh, never mind. He wants to go now.
What is that? Okay, out of character. What is that?
I think you
one
just smelt this licorice in my pocket.
There is a college campus somewhere in the U.S. that just has like, actually, there are cats that have an Instagram page because there's just like a
What?
bunch of wild cats that roam the campus. It's gonna be really
Okay, well,
funny
we're going
if
to
it's
assume
MIT.
that Gwen knows about this, and I'm gonna Google it now because she's gonna know this shit.
I know Texas A&M has a big foster cat program.
It's called Campus.Cats, and it is NYUAD, unless there's
Okay.
other ones also.
A lot of letters.
There are a lot. There's also High Point University. Oh yeah, okay. Apparently, it's a thing for a lot of Instagram or a lot of
So-
universities.
How are you all getting Wi-Fi right now?
Look, this is Gwen's life. She has Wi-Fi everywhere.
Are you getting,
Don't worry about it.
Are you getting internet from the future before the guy here made the
Look,
internet?
That's a hell of a hotspot.
I had a good conversation with our good buddy, and he has hooked up my device. I'm good. We're set. It's fine.
I forgot we had those. Benjamin. Benjamin.
Uh huh.
Hi.
Yeah, Pappy. What you need?
Can you see me on this thing?
No, I can hear you, and I can
Oh.
tell without seeing you that you're waving at me.
I was.
Yeah.
What are we doing here again?
You're trying to save somebody, and good timing on the call. There's been another blip.
Wow.
So this one's a busy bee.
Hey, is that Benjamin? Will you
Yeah.
tell him the TiVo Blade Runner? I saw it on the TV guide.
Here, you can,
Yeah, we'll
you can
get
tell.
that back.
Benjamin,
Look. Oh gosh, guys,
You don't need to record anymore.
who's died?
will you record Blade Runner? I heard it's pretty good. Right, Pappy? I think you're the one that told me that.
Yeah.
I got you set. Don't worry, Theodore. I have you covered. Blade Runner, I've got it. Who died?
A Harlow Kinsley?
Harlow Kinsley. And where did they die?
This one looks like it was actually in the building of MIT.
Oh, I bet in the room with a friggin' light on. All right, guys, let's
So that's four now. Four now.
four.
We're not really.
We're not
great
doing
at
too
this.
good.
We're doing a
Yeah,
terrible job today. We
yeah,
gotta
you
go
know
stop this
what?
thing.
We haven't seen the big ripples that, like, when, somebody super important dies happen, so I don't think the real target's been hit just yet, but, I mean, there's still 4 people that now, they're
Yeah,
not going to have
that's a
that
lot to
net
deal with.
impact on anybody in their future, so it's definitely going to have some ripples, but we'll
Wait.
deal
And
with
MIT
that.
guys, they're important.
Have you all noticed that every time we see one of these cats or we found there's another death?
Can you quit finding cats then, I guess? I don't know.
Is this
Alright.
thing some sort of shapeshifter?
Okay, let's just go in. Let's
Okay,
go to
yeah,
the.
you're distracting
I bet
us,
the door's gonna be open
Benjamin.
again. Pappy, can you open the door?
I'm gonna try to open the door.
It is locked.
Oh man,
It's
I was
not
counting
like
on his
it's,
luck.
It's not a chain. Oh, okay. Well, you know what? Roll luck. Fucking good point.
Okay.
Roll luck, Pappy.
I
Because
will roll luck.
I don't think I do the luck enough in this game because that's supposed to be a major mechanic.
Oh.
Oh,
One success,
yeah.
2 strange.
Oh. But it was a success, so the strange don't count against us.
Yeah, I think one's good enough to.
What's the little white thing with the upside down star?
That's a success.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's my talent die. I forgot
Yeah.
about that because I am talented in luck.
Yeah. Talent dies are even more likely to. Talent die are like. If it's 1 star, it's 1 success. So you actually had 2 successes, right?
It says 1 success, 2
Oh.
strange.
So it must have been your talent die that gave you the success. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of the talent die actually have 2 success on 1 single face. Pappy walks up to the door and goes to try to open it and just is unlocked for some reason at this late hour of night.
After you, Gwen.
Okay.
Wait, no.
After you, Pappy.
I'll go first. Just in case.
Yeah.
Marco.
How loud are you saying that?
Marco.
So
I'm not shouting it like last time.
Okay, so inside of here, I mean it looks pretty similar to the shopping mall where it's just these like low security lights that are just pretty much the bare minimum just to light up like walkways so like people don't trip over anything. It's definitely not lit up to actually illuminate the hallways and things. So while you're walking, why don't you all roll I think it would be a smarts check to try to navigate to where that light was. Yeah? What's up? Yeah? How many strange?
Too strange.
Ooh, is that? Ooh.
No
ooh.
successes.
Ooh.
Too strange.
Oh, nice. That's gonna bump us right on up to 15.
Oh,
More strange.
but I can clock it back.
Oh, yeah, you sure can.
I have the ability to use my luck to prevent disaster. You only have to use 1 luck point to turn back the doom clock by 1 minute.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it ain't gonna help because I got 2 strings. So.
Yeah, I got 1 strange as well.
Oh,
I'm
my
not going to utilize
goodness.
those luck points then.
Oh, are we not going to be able to find this Theodore?
After my re-rolling failed rolls, I got or failed smart rolls. I got a 2 success and 1 strange.
Okay.
The first time it was 1 success and 2 strange, so that would be a failure, right? Or no?
2 successes?
Well, the very first time I got 1 success and 2
Okay.
strange, but I can re-roll failures, so I don't know if I'm supposed to re-roll or not.
I was looking for a 1. This doom clock event's going to change things, but only going forward. So, Theodore is able to point to a staircase that makes sense that it would lead to where that light was. But as you all get halfway up the stairs, you can hear the hum of the lights just cut out. And even the security lights go dim, and you can vaguely see in the distance at the top of the stairs the light from that room you all were walking towards. That light also goes out. Something has just cut the power to the entire
That's great. Yeah.
campus.
Well, crap.
Oh, so the lights were just the emergency?
It was emergency lights, but there was a room that actually had its regular lights on, and that's what you were going towards. But those lights went out, and the security lights went out.
Oh, it's pitch black?
It is pitch black, so I don't know what kind of light.
What kind of roll do I need to make to light that Zippo on the first try?
Okay, since we have established that you're very bad at it, let's do. I think that would probably be wits. Wits
Is it
kinda-
luck? Or is it
Oh,
grit? Because it's pure
luck-
determination.
Luck might be good too. I like luck. Let's do a luck check for it.
All right. 0 success, 2 strange.
Thank you. We might hit 30 tonight. Who knows? Yeah, you're trying and you're trying. And you cannot light that Zippo.
I'm sorry, guys.
Man,
There's some sort of curse or something. We're just going to have to deal with the darkness, I guess.
can you just give it to Pappy?
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Keep singing. I'm coming to your voice. And then I hand him the Zippo in the dark as he's singing.
Swing,
Simon and
low,
Garfunkel.
sweet chariot.
All right, Pappy, roll me a luck check. Try to light this up.
We're trying to sneak around and we're all just singing.
Oh, you guys are choosing music from the wrong era. We should be choosing like Michael Jackson Bad. It's #1 right now. This is
That's,
the sort of trivia that Gwen knows.
That's 4 successes.
Yeah, you just goddamn look at this lighter and it lights up. Not super great lighting. What the darkness is going to entail, we'll say that whoever's not holding the lighter will have minor disadvantage on anything they try to do that like involves sight at all. So like attack rolls and stuff. If you're not actually holding the lighter, because the lighter is not going to be giving off a ton of light.
Oh, do you want it back now?
I don't know. I mean, you seem pretty good with that thing. You used to be a smoker?
We're not going to talk about that.
Wait, no, we should probably talk
Wait,
about
no,
those
what?
cigars.
Yeah.
I'm quitting. See, that's why I'm chewing gum.
So you're still a smoker?
Yeah.
I'll snatch the lighter away.
Oh, Okay.
I don't need to. I'm not going to be an enabler. And I'm just holding this thing. All right. So now where do we go? I mean,
I think the room was over that way. Let's go that way. Can you see where I'm pointing? It's that way.
Yeah, Theodore, you still would have, based off that last roll, you would still have your bearings well enough to be able to find where that was, that room you were heading towards.
all right. So I'm gonna like slowly walk down this hallway. Or even like the emergency light, like is there like the emergency exit lights, like the glaring red in the darkness, or is this light or it?
Literally, there's no kind of like red lightings for like pathways or anything other than exit signs that say exit. But they are not a super great source of light. And as you're leading the way, you eventually...
Yeah, I was just wondering if it was like because the power went out or like something mystical was happening that was stopping. I don't know. Okay. Is it weird that I felt safer in like the medieval times?
I mean, no, it's not weird at all. This is creepy, man.
Theodore,
It's,
you're leading the way, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you get to the top of the stairs, just like right outside where this room is, and you actually stumble as you get to the top over what feels definitely like some kind of corpse.
Hmm.
No, there's something on the. I'm gonna hold the lower the not the torch, but the Zippo lighter.
You lower the Zippo lighter, and it looks like a female, looks maybe like a MIT student. And you, if you want, you can roll smarts to try to decide, determine what seemed to have killed her.
Moses in a basket? There's a body.
Well, look at it.
It's some sort of female. Is that
Some sort of female, like it's an otherworldly
Theodore,
species.
sweetie.
Well, there's the kind that talk to me
explains
and
a
the
lot.
kind that don't. There's more in the latter category, to be fair.
All right.
Is this who we're looking for? I mean, do we even know what they look like?
Well, you would think that Tim Berners is probably a male.
We don't want to assume. We don't want to assume that.
That's true.
Oh, but no, I've seen his pictures. He's a guy.
Oh, well, now we know.
Tim BL is awesome. They call him Tim BL on the internet. It's cool.
So this is another one?
This is someone else. This is not him.
This must
Which
be
is
that
good.
fourth
We don't
one.
want him to be dead because we want to save the internet.
I am sure that if this person dies, somebody else will come up with the internet eventually, right?
Look, you want to save the internet. I was born 100 years ago.
Look, you want to TiVo that show, right? Whatever movie it was we were just talking about. I've forgotten already.
It's Blade
We-
Runner.
we
It's a
know-
classic.
Blade Runner. Yes, you want to save Blade Runner on like TiVo or something. That
we
is
know
all
that you
streaming.
also
That is
want
the
to save
internet.
the internet, Theodore. There's no question about that.
Look, Theodore, of course.
I
there
mean,
are
I can
things-
just go home and play Space Invaders. I don't need the internet.
But listen. If whoever invented the internet, say they die, right? And somebody comes along 10 years later, invents the internet. In that 10-year span, say somebody invented, who knows, Tinder, and they die before they get to invent
Oh,
Tinder.
man.
Tinder would never
Tinder?
be about.
What are you talking about? Tinder was around before I was born. We've been lighting fires for years.
Yeah.
Oh, Theodore, sweetie, we gotta get you on Tinder. You actually might have success there. Actually, there's some other sites I might get you on too. We'll
Success.
deal with
I
that
am
when
a
we get
very
home.
successful
When we get
gentleman.
home.
I don't know what you're
Are
referring to.
you?
I
Are
happen
you?
to have 2 degrees and a Medal of Honor.
And you know that is a great kind of success, but I'm talking about a different kind of success.
Oh, Dungeons and Dragons?
Sweetie, we're gonna have a conversation when we get back to the. God, I don't even know what to call it. The present. our current
future
wherever we normally live right now, you and me, we're gonna sit down, we're gonna have a talk, okay? And I'm gonna get you on some really good sites, and we're gonna get you hooked up.
Theodore, were you trying to investigate this body to see how it died, or were you just gonna?
Yeah,
I mean,
well, I'm
I mean,
holding
it
it down
died.
after. Yeah, after we identified that we don't know who it is, I'm going to, yeah, I guess would move move my hand so that the light can illuminate a little bit more and try to see if, is there a stab wound? Does it look like falling damage? Does it look like something really gruesome, or does it seem natural?
Okay. That is a smarts roll.
All right. And I get to do one additional die. Is this investigating?
Yeah.
Yeah. The situation? Okay. Um, one success and 0 strange. I got 2 luck. Do I bank those or no?
Yeah, you can bank them. You can't bank more than 2 unless you're Pappy. Pappy, I think, can bank 3.
Okay.
Um,
And then when do we use those to?
you
Do
can
they?
whenever you want. You can roll it. You can use a banked luck to
Mhm.
pretty much roll one more die per
Okay.
however much luck. Or
Prior to knowing the results.
yeah, or
Okay.
you can use 2 luck and reduce the doom clock by 1.
Oh,
Yeah.
nah, that's all right.
Pappy only needs to use 1 luck to reduce it by a minute. But with your 1 success, you can clearly see that it looks like this person was stabbed. It doesn't look like there's chopping.
Is there still a weapon, or is it just like a wound?
No, it's just like these thin stab wounds. It looks like maybe 4 or 5.
I'm gonna reach down and put 2 fingers to her pulse on her neck. She alive?
Oh no, she dead.
Is the body cold?
Very cold.
Yeah, she's
okay,
definitely
okay.
dead. I don't know how long it's been exactly.
Yeah, I was gonna say cold. I said very cold, but you could piece together. This is the blip that Benjamin saw when you guys were on the walkie with him, maybe 10, 15 minutes ago.
Is there blood all over the ground? Like this is where the murder happened?
Yes, this is where. Yeah.
All right, so whoever she is definitely dead, and I can feel a tiny bit of warmth coming from her, which means it wasn't that long ago. I no longer feel safe.
I didn't feel safe getting here, but I mean, that's just me. I would like to go to the window and put together his rifle and see if I can see anything like across the field. While we're stuck here in this building.
Okay. Yeah, roll a wit check. And now you other 3 are like right outside of the room that Theodore thinks that, because it was pretty close to the top of the stairs, the room that Theodore Johnny said is Joe frozen. I don't think so. I don't know if he's fucking with us. No, God damn it, Joe. Fuck you, Joe.
4 successes.
4 successes. Ooh. You can see as you're kind of panning your vision across this field. You can see standing, like smack dab. They're not even. It doesn't even feel like they're trying to hide. Smack dab in the middle of the field, this figure that is, about damn near 7 feet tall, with what looks like, damn, you get with 4 successes, you can see everything. You can see that it looks like it's holding like a sharp butcher's knife, in its hand. This is not wearing a hockey mask. This is wearing like a pale white face mask, with like actual hair sticking out of it. And then like blue, like a mechanic suit, or like overall mechanic suit one piece, and it's just standing there, and it seems to be staring directly at you.
Well, I guess I give him.
Roll the trigger.
I guess I give him one then.
Go ahead and roll an attack on it.
Yeah, I'm gonna burn luck because I don't know what I'm dealing with. Four successes though.
Yeah. How much damage does that do? And actually, crit.
6.
So make another shot.
Well, I just did 6. See if we can do it again. 2 successes.
Okay. Is that another 6 damage?
Yeah.
So 12 damage. That is a
Yeah.
lot. That's a lot of damage in Shiver. Okay. Yeah, you fire these 2 shots, like just rapid fire shot. It's like a bolt action rifle. Pull it back. Take another one, and it actually. I mean, you've seen enough. You've probably seen a couple 80s slasher movies in the HQ, in your 1+ month of being stuck up there, but it seems to actually rock this thing back a few steps. But also at the same time, this rifle is so loud that you other 3 hear a scream come from inside of that room that was lit up before the power went out.
So this thing that Corsair shot at is outside, and there's a scream in the room.
Yes, the thing Corsair shot was like maybe 100 yards away, in the middle of the field where the lights are still not, the power's not out. It's got like the
Right.
the lights lighting up the courtyard.
Okay.
And it was just standing there, but now it has been rocked back quite a bit.
And
something
how
else seems to be.
far away is that from us?
That thing was like 100 yards away.
Okay, that is too far for me. I'm going to try to get to the room where the scream came from.
Okay.
Did you like shoot through a window?
Yeah, he shot out. I think like he shot
Like,
through window. The window
I
shattered.
perched up. You know, it's like, all right, what's going on outside? See the thing. I'm like,
Fuck this.
what? Fuck that. Yeah. Just
Yeah.
What the hell's going on?
The window has shattered, and you hear 2 very loud rifle blasts.
Okay.
So
But I
your
want to
other
go
3.
towards that scream.
Okay. So I think the scene's gonna be Corsair's kind of like mounted up with his rifle, trying to take care of this thing.
yeah. I mean, if this thing's on the field, I can't just let it go. You know, it's like.
Well, the thing is, Corsair. I mean, it's still just standing there. Like it's still standing there.
Oh, that is a problem.
And then it takes a step, just one purposeful step towards you. And we'll cut to the other 3.
Oh shit.
Your other 3, as you enter into this room, you can see that it is, it's like a lecture hall. And at the desk, the desk is like facing up towards like the pews and towards the seating. You see probably like a middle-aged man. Seems to be, he's got like a cul-de-sac on his head. He's starting to go bald. And you see papers strewn across the desk, but he's no longer sitting at the desk. He's now stood up. The chair's knocked back onto the floor, and he is backing up into the corner. And in front of him, you see this fog that you are now used to, that is filling and actually starting to spill out of the room a little bit, as you see that 6.5 foot tall man with the long machete and the hockey mask approaching on Tim Berners-Lee. But yeah, the machete man, obviously we all remember, is slow, so you 3 can take your actions before he can.
I want to hit him with my magic amulet.
Okay, remind me what that does again.
So it does. It is a holy relic. It's got a range of 50 feet, and the skill it uses is heart. So with my heart, that is 3 successes.
Okay, that's gonna hit. What kind of
And
damage are we
that
looking
does 3 soul damage, and it's holy.
at? Okay. Okay, yeah, you see it. It's got its back to you, but as you hold up your holy amulet, it seems to knock him forward a step towards Tim,
Oh,
which
crap.
maybe isn't great.
Yeah, not so much, no.
Pappy and Theodore.
How far is this person?
So it's a lecture hall. It's pretty wide, maybe like 50 feet. Because it is only about 15 feet from its target, Tim.
I have my bats drawn. I would like to kamikaze and just ah,
Okay.
causing as much noise and
Ooh.
like, yeah. I'm
gonna have
trying to
you
get
do
its
two
attention
things.
as I'm running at it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have you do 2 things, Joe. I'm gonna have you roll a hearts check to get its attention.
Okay.
Doom clock's at 20, by the way, everybody. So we're 10 away from 30, which would be very
Shit,
fun.
that's 3 strange for the heart
man.
check.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah! So it doesn't seem to pay any attention to your screens, but you can still roll to hit it now.
Okay. What is that? A grit check? These are
Yes, the baseball bats
Okay.
are grit.
Hey, 2 successes and 1 luck.
Okay,
So that
is
fills up
going-
my luck bank.
How much damage did your bat do? You just hit it.
I don't know where's the table for that.
Yeah, I don't think I even told you. Let me see.
It does all the damage.
It does all. It does. It says right here, all damage. No, baseball bat is too blunt. So you run up to it. I'll give you. You know what? I'll give you 4. I'll say that you can hit it. No, we'll do 3. We'll split the difference because I think a baseball bat. You know, usually you're using it 2-handed. So if you hit it with 2, it wouldn't quite double. We'll do 3. So you'll do
Works for
3 blunt damage to it as you're just like
Okay.
slamming into. It doesn't seem to notice that you're even there, Pappy.
Okay. That'll end my turn then.
Theodore.
As soon as he starts screaming and running with both bats drawn, Theodore would be following behind him. I'm gonna not be screaming, but I will be kind of trying to run in. And as soon as I get close enough to this thing, if I see an opportune moment, I'm going to attempt to strike it in the ribs with my taser.
Okay. Yeah. Roll a. You roll a taser check. What's a taser?
Taser check.
Do you have the stats for a taser?
Yeah.
Is that a smarts? It's probably a smarts weapon, isn't it?
I didn't look into that. I could really quickly.
I can also, yeah.
Don't go for his ribs. Go for his face. Make him
Well,
taser face.
just into the. Yeah, I guess the face would be a pretty good spot too.
You haven't watched any of the movies in the Rec Room, have you?
I've watched them all, Pappy. I know your references.
Okay, so a stone baton is usually 2 shock,
Okay.
and if they're standing in weapon in water, the damage is doubled. And it's
Okay.
smart. It's a smart.
It's
Or-
smart to see if I aim for the ribs of the face.
No, so stun baton. I'm gonna use
I know.
that as the same thing as
Mhm.
a taser. That weapon is a smart or a grit weapon, so you get to pick which one you roll.
Definitely smart.
Yeah, I would assume so.
2 success and 2 strange.
Okay, yeah, you are going to hit this thing. So that is going to be you slam this taser into its ribs. It seems to jolt it quite a bit more than you would expect. Honestly, like it It actually is stunned for a moment. It kind of the entire body locks up.
I'm gonna just go, Pappy, now! Even though Pappy already did something.
Okay, so yeah, you are actually gonna do double damage with that.
Okay. Which is?
4 total.
Okay.
And then it is monster turn. Shit. So they both get to take a turn. Well, obviously, Corsair, you just see
It does the mash.
Your thing, it is just going to just continue marching towards you. And it is going to use all of its action, interact, and movement and just keep walking. And now it's like just maybe like, so it's underneath you, but also probably only like 15 feet away from the entrance of the campus. But it's getting there. The other one is the other one's going to turn towards Theodore, who did a lot of damage and kind of shook it up a bit. And it is going to oh god, so many options. It is going to slam at you with its machete, Theodore, which may be very fucking bad here. The fuck?
What'd you get?
0. I don't think this thing has grit on its dice roller. I just rolled 8 grit and got 0.
I'm sorry. It's because I visited you. My anti-dice roller energy has just permeated all of Ohio.
That's what you get for meeting us.
It's not stressful if I can't hit you, motherfuckers.
So what happens?
So it takes a swing at you, but it's still a little shook up from that fucking taser, and it seems to be.
Yeah, you better back up. I'll tase you again, motherfucker.
The only thing you could really put at it looks like it's kind of like glitching out a little bit, Theodore, like a video game, like your fucking Atari video games would be, where you just shocked it, and now it seems to be like it swings at you, but it's like 2 feet off to the left. Like it doesn't.
I make a smarts check, like similar to a perception check.
Yeah, sure. Try to get a bunch of failures though, please, because I'm gonna hit 30 minutes.
Okay, as long as I don't, So that will be okay. I failed the first one. I'm gonna re-roll because my ability, and on my second roll, I get 3 successes and 1 strange.
Okay.
I'm trying to determine if this thing is real or an illusion, especially since Corsair was firing at something outside the window.
With a 3 smarts check, I'll give you a couple.
And because
things.
it missed,
I'll give you a couple things. I'll give you one. It's, I mean, a freebie. You wouldn't even have needed to roll 3 for this. It's obviously not human. Human couldn't have taken the hits you all have given it and keep coming. And it also wouldn't be that strong. I'll also give you that. Obviously, it doubly didn't like electricity more so than any kind of like even more. Obviously, humans don't like electricity. This thing super didn't like electricity. And the third thing for your third point of success is that for the first time you're noticing this low hum coming from it. It's very similar to the werewolf in 1215 you heard. And with that, we go back up to. I think it's back up to you 4, right?
I think so.
yeah, would it go to Corsair?
Yeah, we'll do Corsair first since he's kind of, off on his own.
Sure, I will attempt to shoot the thing.
If you can do
Before.
it 4 again, that's another crit.
No, just 2, but still that's a hit,
Oh, 2.
right?
Yeah,
Is
a
2
2
not a
does
hit?
hit, so 6 points of damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, you fire another shot, and you see this thing again stagger backwards. But because I'm gonna put you and it on kind of your own initiative orders, I'll go ahead and have it take its turn. You just
Okay.
see it walk under your point of view and enter into the building. And then you other 3, Pappy, Theodore, and Gwen.
I mean, Gwen doesn't have anything electrical, so she's just gonna try her amulet again.
While you're doing that, can I position myself in between it and Tim and cross my bats and across?
Oh, to like try to defend Tim. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, because the initiative's kind of loosey goosey. So if you want, you can go ahead and do that. Also, it's just my fault. I did forget about enemy reactions, which are supposed to make combat a lot more dynamic and threatening. And but that's my fault. So I'll pick them up now. How'd you do, Gwen?
2 success, 1 strange.
Okay. Yeah, that's gonna hit. What's that do?
That's 3 soul damage. And again, that's holy, so if holy's a problem for it, that's a thing.
Okay, well, finally, I'm going to remember to roll a reaction. So as you hold up this amulet, and it definitely seems to damage this thing. 'Cause it's now looking very like rattled between the electricity and the attacks and the different holy weapons. It is going to lash out at you, Gwen, and not with its machete, just with its left hand, its fist. It's going to kind of backhand swing and hit you across the face, Gwen,
Ow.
for 1 blunt damage.
Well, that hurt. Jerk.
Theodore?
If I'm still pretty close, I'm just gonna tase it again.
Tase it again. Or
So is
try.
that smarts again?
Yes, please.
All right, let me get rid of my modifier since I'm attacking. Wow. Okay, so 1 success and 0 strange, but then I rolled 3 luck, but I've already banked them all. So 1 success.
That is going to be a miss.
So does that mean I re-roll? Does that count as a failure?
What does your ability do?
Let me check. It says, think outside the box. Re-roll failed smart checks.
I think that's just for checks, not attacks.
Okay.
If
So
that makes
yeah.
sense.
So just 1 success, 0 strange.
Okay, so yeah, you go to tase this thing and now it just grabs your wrist.
Uh-oh.
Pappy. So Pappy, you're kind of between it and Ted.
Yes.
Tim, rather. You've got your bats crossed. Would you like to do anything else?
I would like to save an action for if it swings at Tim, I'm gonna protect Tim. I'm either gonna put
Okay.
myself in front of that or something.
Okay.
React.
Yeah, I don't know how like held actions work in this system, but for now, since we don't know, we will say that it works like that.
Okay.
And then it is Monster O'Clock. Corsair, you hear lumbering up the broken down escalator, aka the shitty stairs. You hear these very heavy footfalls coming up it, and you can look back and you see that white mask with the hair, with the big butcher knife and the mechanic suit, walking right up, and he gets right to the top of the broken down escalator. You other three, Pappy, he is going to turn. I can't make this shit up. Can't make this shit up. 8 grit. 8 fucking grit. It's got a heart, 2 stranges, 3 lucks, and 2 smarts. 0 grit.
Yeah, I would refresh my die roller. And
I am. I'm refreshing my page real quick. I just refreshed it. So, but I will give you all that last roll, and I swear to God, if it does it again, I fucking quit. I quit the show. So Pappy, he turns towards you, and he tries to slam down his machete, and you hold him up your bats and across, and it catches it right in the middle. And
My reaction, shove it back in his face. Try to get him to hit himself with the.
Okay, yeah,
machete.
it will be okay. It's gonna be a grit roll off,
Okay.
and you know how bad I've rolled, so that means I'm due for a good roll right here. 2 successes
that bet.
finally. 2 successes and 2. Well, the stranges don't matter to me. But don't tell me you got more than 2. Fuck you, Joe. What? These things are so beefy. You guys are making the 80s slasher villains look like they're just fucking nothing.
oh man, this is great.
Yeah, it's not gonna do much, but yeah, you were able to kind of shimmy it back up, and it just bonks him on the head, and we'll just do 2 bludgeoning damage since it's the dull end of his machete.
Watch this slasher's gonna roll up and roll like 8 successes or some crap on Corsair. Just like.
Well, I think that one already used its turn to just kind of get to you because they're very slow as they lumber up. But Corsair now it is like 15 feet from you, and it's kind of getting you boxed in now.
Well, shooting a sniper rifle at 15 feet is like it's not a video game, so that just doesn't even seem correct. So I'm gonna pull out my handgun again and try to fire and move a little bit and try to not get boxed in.
Okay, go for it.
Do. I could roll 4 strange on my dice. Ooh.
What was that?
4 strange.
Wow.
Ooh, 27 minutes on the doom clock.
Oh no.
It's
Oh
just
no.
Ooh, we might hit
Kill
a half
it.
hour tonight. That would be fun. Yeah, you're
No,
you're firing these shots, and it's a pretty big target. This man monster, whatever this is very large as he's lumbering towards you. And yeah, you fire off like 2 shots, and they're just like going wide. You other 3, it's your turn. I like how it was 1 versus 1, Corsair and his slasher, and then 3 versus 1 on the other. But Corsair did have like range, so it kind of evens out maybe a little bit.
Yeah, I'm realizing not having any ranged weapons sucks.
Yeah.
You got a lighter.
I ran across a room with a lighter and a taser. I mean,
What?
Casey Jones
Well,
over
see-
here has some bats, but I mean,
Well,
that's
see,
it.
You get like a bunch of little random shitty things, but I mean they kind
I
of
mean-
add up a little bit.
I mean, rat poison them, man. Just
To
hit
be
with the-
honest, I like a whole bunch of random little shitty things. I don't know. I mean, I could rat poison him, but I do feel like this time I'm just kind of like, I feel like I'm just gonna try to tase him in the face again.
Okay.
Toss a stray.
Watch the stray.
Toss a stray.
Toss a stray. Yeah. Jason hates cats, right? Just throw a cat at him.
I think that might be canon for Friday the 13th that he really does hate cats, doesn't he? Or do cats hate him?
Well, they
Are we
cats
at-
ate him, yeah.
Yeah.
Are we at Crystal Lake?
No, I almost sent you guys to a summer camp, but
Oh man, that'd be oof.
I'm gonna tase him in the face, and that is I get to re-roll. Thankfully, 2 successes and 0 strange because I failed the first time.
so you'll just hit him. You'll just
Okay.
hit it. And how much damage is that again? It's supposed to be 2, right? But then doubled.
I guess so.
All right, what's that look like when you tase it? And kill it.
Do I tase it to death?
Oh, hold on 1 second. We went so long my AirPods died. Hold on. I don't know if the audience can still hear you all or not. I definitely can't. Okay, I can now hear you, and I think the audience could have heard you too, but...
Okay, so I'm going to tase this thing in the face. And what it looks like is me striking it directly on the bridge of what most anthropomorphic things would be a nose, right in the face. And I don't know what happens. You tell me.
So, as soon as you do that, you hit it right on the hockey mask of this thing. And it convulses for a minute. And then it starts to... You kind of like grab it by the back and shove it into it. And you feel it from the back start to drop down as you're kind of like caressing it and holding it as it's going down. And then it starts to dissolve into this. It starts to bubble this like violet purple color before it just like leaves this like etching into the ground, much like the werewolf did in 1215. And then
I think it's dead, or did it escape? I don't know.
And then Theodore and Pappy, you hear gunshots coming. I mean,
Gwyn.
Gwyn and Pappy, you hear gunshots coming from outside where Corsair was.
Is Corsair in trouble? You got
Should
Tim.
check it out.
I'm gonna run. Yeah, both bats in hand. Wait, is the machete still attached?
The machete's gone too.
Okay.
Everything's gone.
I'm gonna run and assess the situation with Corsair.
I think it's close enough. It's pretty much your door to your room was like pretty much maybe 10-15 feet away from the escalators, and this thing is just beyond the escalators marching towards Corsair, so you could probably just barely make it to it in this turn. And it's got its back to you.
Theodore, you've inspired me! Ah! And I'm gonna like try to push it down the escalator. Like just tackle it full on.
Okay, you know how this goes. This is a grit check.
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
1 out of 8. I refreshed my dice roller.
I mean, it got better. One's better.
You're-
You're just
Slightly.
Pappy. It's
2
Pappy.
grit and 1 luck.
What the fuck this game. I quit. I'm not playing with you 4 anymore.
This is how I feel all the time.
But it's been all night. I've been rolling the same 8 grit all night. Pappy, you push this thing over the railing of the escalator, and it falls, and you hear it thud. You look down, and Gwen, you also look down, and you can see that it looks like it's obviously, it looks a little mangled, like its arm doesn't look quite right. but it's starting to stand back up, it looks like.
Well, I get a turn, right?
Right, yeah.
I'm going to. Crap, my TV turned off. Screen. I'm going to go ahead and use my my amulet again because it's within 50 feet.
It is, yeah.
All right, yeah, I'm using my amulet to try and blast it with some holy goodness. That is 2 successes.
That's just gonna hit. How much damage is that again?
That is 3 soul damage.
Okay, I don't know what that would look like, so you can describe it. It's like standing to its feet. This one looks like Michael Myers, but legally distinguishable. But as it's like bracing itself with its like bad arm, you shine this amulet on it.
I feel like it's going to sort of aglow all around him as this thing just attacks its essence.
And it's like bracing itself, and then it starts to slowly like convulse and lower back down to the ground as it starts to dissolve into that purple goo again before it's just gone, minus a etching into the ground. And finally, Tim looks at you, Theodore, and says, "Well, what the hell's going on here?"
Don't look at me. I don't know. I just tased the thing and it disappeared.
What's a tase?
I'm just gonna hold the thing so it goes in like the darkness.
I don't think tases are invented yet. That was mostly Adam, but
I think there's tasers in 1987.
I don't know. They could have been invented in 2015.
I think there are things that
know.
shock people really bad in 1987.
Mid 70s. Yeah, it's around.
Okay. Oh yeah, of course I know what a taser is. What the hell were that thing trying to kill me?
I don't know. It was a thing, and I had this thing on me, so I tased it in the face.
It was a yuppie. They're terrible.
Well, he looks like a yuppie too. He's pointing at you, Theodore.
I'm me. Look at me. Are you kidding?
No.
I am.
He doesn't seem normal, Theodore. He sees me dressed like I'm in poison.
That's what I'm saying. You look like a yuppie.
Do you know what a yuppie is, Mr. Berners-Lee?
A hippie.
Look, you're
No.
obviously out of it, or else you would be thanking all of us right now and not,
Why don't we
making
just
fun of us.
let you get some rest? It's been a long day, clearly. You're
Is
clearly
this all some sort
hallucinating.
of Halloween prank?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, that's what it is. Happy Halloween! You okay?
I'm okay. Nothing touched me.
You didn't get any of that green stuff on you? You're good?
What
Okay,
exactly did you see? How would you have described this evening?
I was writing my paper, my proposal for the. You want to hear about the World Wide Web?
All right, now you're just making fun of my voice.
No, this is my voice too.
No, I think we're pretty cool with the whole World Wide Web idea. It's yeah.
Did somebody leak my paper?
No, it just sounds really cool. I mean, a web, very neat.
But it's
Very
worldwide.
Gnarly.
Spiders are better than rats. Corsair, are you
Oh
okay?
yeah, spiders are way better than rats.
Oh yeah, I'm fine. Thanks.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, I think I'm gonna go lay down a bit.
You should.
And,
You got
Yeah.
a dorm room to go back to, or are you just gonna lay here on the desk?
no, I'm good. I've got a hotel room nearby. I was prepping for my lecture in the morning, but that's apparently out the window at the moment. Maybe I'll go back to my hotel room and prep.
You might want to buy
That's
a
a
new wig
better
too.
idea.
That one seems to be falling off.
It's not a wig. This is my natural hair.
Well then, son, you've got a condition.
And Tim heads back to his hotel room, and you hear Benjamin. All right, guys. It looks like Looks like the timeline's starting to straighten out a bit. I think that's it. I think you guys got him.
Oh, good.
Ladies
Oh
and
man, that
gentlemen,
means we have to
we
travel
got 'em.
back.
You ready to come back?
No, it hurts.
Too late. And you all are tugged
Ow.
back to the present.
Did we pad the room? We talked about padding the room. Have we padded the room yet?
The
No,
ball
not
pit.
yet. You haven't
Oh,
quite made it there
crap.
yet. The supplies are still
Oh.
coming in. And I know we mentioned giving you all a little bit of a chance to chat out in character about your hunt so far. Maybe we'll do that at the beginning of the next hunt, because this one went longer than expected. And I don't want to keep anyone past 11:30 in the morning or at night in the morning. I guess we're not in the morning yet.
We're
We've been
going
playing
for a
for
long
15 hours.
So long.
We'll
Time is a construct.
let's just have everybody just plug anything you want to talk about. Jeremy, what do you got going on in the real
I
world?
am Jeremy. You can find me playing Shadow on Roll for Weird. You can find me interviewing awesome people on Dice Talk. You can find me here on Doom Clock. You can find me also DMing Eclipse, which is a fantasy sci-fi Dungeons and Dragons game where Adam, our DM, plays in a Lithid, and that's super fun. And other than that, you can just find me on the Majestic Goose Network, playing all sorts of tabletop games.
Let's reverse the order that we did earlier. So, Joe, where can people find you at, Joe?
You can find me within the Majestic Goose Network, as well as the nerdasylum.com. We have a whole bunch of new shows coming out this season, and I'm proud to say that we have reached $17,500 and some for our Extra Life team. So that's halfway through the year. We're hoping to reach 25,000 by the end of the year. So
That's
Free
phenomenal.
baller.
Yeah.
check
Love
out
it.
all that stuff at the nerdasylum.com.
Gwen, aka Danny, where can we find you at?
You can find me all over the internet as Danielle Lanois. You can find me hanging out with the Majestic Goose folks. You can see me getting confused that my
What's going on?
I don't know. Suddenly YouTube opened and started playing. I haven't touched the mouse. It's fine. You can find me on the Majestic Goose Network. Every other Tuesday, I stream with DB. We are doing That's Pretty Crafty, which is a vaguely nerdy, mostly making random crap stream. You can find me hanging out here on Doom Clock. You can find me hanging out with Roll for Weird. I think we're streaming next week.
Yeah.
And I play Laseth the Divine there. And if you catch me on Instagram, you might see some of the new knit designs that I've been working on.
And then last but certainly not least, we've got Ernest, aka Hollow Invective.
Hey, I'm Ernest, Hollow Invective. You can find me on Twitter at Hollow Invective. You can also find me hanging out with the Majestic Goose people. I'm also doing a 4-shot on Other Doc's channel with his new game. He's playtesting currently. It's a GM-less game, and we are all playing a Grecian tragedy, a Grecian-style tragedy. That's all, and it's based on using tarot cards as prompts for characters and game elements.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
Ooh.
I just saw today
Yeah.
a GM-less game where it's like a paranormal investigation, kind of like Ghostbusters without a GM. Seems very, very fun. I think it's called like Paranormal Inc. And I really want to try it out because I've never played a GM-less game like a ttrpg, so that's very exciting, Ernest. And yeah, just check out majesticgoose.com. We actually just added a couple new items to the merch shop. We've got a new, very cool Halfway to Heroes, kind of like a alumni shirt you can get from the Scrimmore Academy for Campaign 1 of Halfway to Heroes. Halfway to Heroes Campaign 2 should be coming out early August. We've had a lot of moves. Me and Dustin both moved within the last month. Ultrix had a new baby. Johnny moved, so out of the 5 of us, 3 people have moved and 1 person has had a baby, so it's been fucking wild. But that should still be coming out early August. Go check out Halfway to Heroes if you haven't yet. And yeah, thank you all so much for checking out Doom Clock. If you watch the stream or the video on demand, or listen to the podcast, please go to the podcast on iTunes/Apple Podcast, whatever it's called now, and leave us a 5-star rating and review. Those help us tremendously on the charts. And with that, thank you all so much for watching. We will see you all. We're supposed to be the first Friday of every month, which I believe will be August 6th, which I think we're tentatively set to get onto that schedule at the moment. We have been very bad boys and haven't quite hit that schedule yet, but maybe August 6th will be our day. We will see. So thank you all, and we will see you then. Bye, everybody.